All right. Hello, hello. Lenny is behind me. What's up, Lenny?
Putting back, it doesn't matter.
You just want to
Our ballista. Yeah, he just wanted to see what was going to happen today. Welcome to session 8 of Runtime Initiative playing Anterra.
Yay!
Yeah. When we last played, you all fought a strange creature down in the sewers.
Someone's in trouble.
Down in the sewers below Iridor. Yep. Just do it. Just do it. After
Big time. It's not close.
it was a pretty intense fight. Kier nearly died, right?
Me went unconscious,
Well-
but my death saves. I was stabilized really quickly.
Couldn't
We had
get
a
him with
trap
the
bow and
medical
arrow after he
doctor.
fell prone, you know.
Yeah. Yep. But after
Who needs wisdom saves when we can make medicine?
an interesting encounter with the creature in the sewers, returned to deliver the good news to Annie that the beast that you believe to be the source of the disappearances from the slums is no more. Beyond that, you retired for the evening, went back to the... Oh, man. Now I messed it up. The name of the place that you slept.
Traveler's Respite.
That's it. That
Trader
sounds...
Sanctuary.
Yep,
Trader
nope. I knew it was
Sanctuary.
one of the two. It's my own fault. To the Trader's Sanctuary. And rested for the night. Regained your strength. And the next day set about acquiring some gear and rations and making a few last stops in town. Acquired some horses for yourselves. And then...
That was too expensive.
That's right.
What?
Silver weapons.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, those are pricey. But then set about heading off towards Port de Lima. So,
A little dilemma.
Port de Lima dilemma? Question mark.
could be the name of the session.
Is that your name?
Dilemma in
If we get there,
Dilemmas in Dilema?
but we're gonna hit a giant. This is
Chasm.
gonna be an extremely.
The horses are gone. This is
The chasm is coming.
No. To
You
your
guys get to
knowledge,
name
there
it,
is
though.
no.
You funded it.
You funded.
we brought
This
You
we
bought.
terraformed.
You guys bought the horses. You funded the chasm that will inevitably be there, so that our horses are doomed.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. Terraforming on Anterra
Listen,
could
you're gonna have
be a
to-
thing. Could be a thing.
And terraform.
And terraforming. There you go.
Well done.
As far as you know, Anterra is just the name of the back of an enormous
Turtle.
elemental.
Love it.
It's an enormous
Antelope.
elemental. Yeah.
So
Space antelope.
the trip from Iridor to Port de Lima would normally take you about 6 days traveling by foot. I did a little bit of the math and looked at some of basically the numbers behind why the travel paces are set at what they are. And basically being on horseback is like for free getting to go at a fast pace every day. Because obviously like a horse has double a person's speed, but also that's like some effort, right? You can't just do that for full 8 hours. But basically having mounts is going to shave about a day off of your journey. So it should be about 5 days. Chasm permitting.
So true.
But you leave Iridor in the rear view and start heading westward. You travel for a few... What? What is it now?
I had to take the opportunity while I was there. There's a very short amount of time left to do that. We're leaving the city.
It's gonna talk about a chasm.
But it's in the rear view, so you have to like adjust it.
A few hours into your journey, you've left the city behind you, and the road that you're traveling on forks in two directions, each path bending either north or south from your current westward heading. The right path would take you to the northeast, up towards Port Elastrin, and a slightly longer journey. So you take the left fork, heading southwest towards Port de Lima. You make good time riding the remainder of the day until the sun is setting. But as twilight begins to give way to dusk, eventually you need to call it a day of travels.
This was the day of
All right, it's a day. Now let's keep going.
Incredible.
So you're still in close enough to the vicinity of the city that things are still relatively flat grassland type terrain at the moment. So no real, you're not going to dip into a forest to make a campsite or find a cave or anything like that. So pretty much just open camping for the night.
Roadside camping, more or less.
Well, Kurun, do you have any thoughts on finding a good spot when we're out in the middle of a...
Is it going to rain here?
That would be quite nice to know ahead of time.
She did it last time.
Let me. Let me try to find out. I sort of make the gesture, and you see some sort of weathery effects appear over the palm of my hand.
Gonna remain kind of partly cloudy, but no rain tonight. No rain soon.
Should be clear for the night at least.
Lovely.
After that, yeah, you said that there's not really anywhere to take cover or anything like that.
I mean, you can move away from the road, but it's relatively flat.
Sure. Yeah, we'll just go. I don't know, 50 feet off the road or so.
Yeah.
Okay. Enough out of the way that if you're quiet enough, people could just walk right past you in the night.
Except we might build a fire.
Also,
I mean, it's more about knowing that if someone's turning off the road, that they're coming towards us.
Right. Yeah. I don't know that we're trying to hide necessarily.
We've got nothing to hide from.
Yeah, no one wants to kill anyone on the road.
Sure, guy who 8 hours ago was like, hey, we may need to just murder some people wherever we're going.
You only look more suspicious the more you try to hide.
Well, you said that we wouldn't have
Unless
to
you-
worry for
unless
a
you just
while,
hide.
right?
Exactly.
If you
If
hide
they're-
successfully, then no one sees you to see that you're suspicious.
True. But if you do get found and you're trying to hide...
Are your friends likely to be searching everyone they meet on the road for you?
No, it would be... honestly, they it's unlikely that they know I'm in town this way. So they're
That's
probably
good.
not even looking
That's
for me.
unfortunate because we're not in town.
Right. They won't be looking for me. I'll keep a hood up and I'll keep my tail kind of...
But they're not looking for you.
Right.
I thought it was established they're not looking for you.
They'd be very interested in... Yeah, they're not looking. They're not looking for me actively, but passively, if they, saw me. Tieflings are not super common still, right?
I mean, they're less frequent than humans for sure, but a lot of things are. It's certainly not unheard of.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
All right.
Once read in this story, this one character, what was his name anyway? He used to always say, it's probably fine. But he was very much wrong most of the time. It was a very perplexing story.
I
Did he end
read
up
that
making it
story.
out alive?
Oh, have you?
My parents used to read it to me when I was a child.
I didn't know it was such a
Bedtime
common
story.
one.
Yeah.
This is what I'm unfamiliar with, honestly.
Sounds like a nightmare to me, but...
It kind of
it was a-
It's
It
called a
was
stone's throw from home.
Just sort of a goofy story about this, fault of a hero that just keeps going on and says everything will be fine, and then things go very wrong. But in the end,
Sounds like
things worked
Right.
out.
So
I
it's
mean,
like
you have to admit, in that scenario, he was correct eventually.
But you said you haven't read this. You aren't familiar with.
No,
the
I'm just
stories.
gathering context clues. It sounds like a very wise main character.
Oh, it wasn't. No, the moral of the
also
story
weren't
is
the
you
main
can be a
character.
fool and things will still work out for you.
They
in the end.
definitely weren't the main character either. They were just a very persistent.
The main character, it sounds
Absolutely
yeah.
side character material.
I'm sure the main character died early on. In
I
the
think they
heroic
tried. I think they
Yeah.
tried making
have
a
seen-
series of books where he was the main character and it failed miserably.
You should have seen
Nice.
how many spells he missed. It was like the antithesis of accuracy.
With all of them.
This
Right.
is all written down in this book.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes.
He probably wouldn't have had those problems if he had taken the Bane spell, though.
Is that the one where
Probably.
the person complains a lot
You
about
could have used your
everything
help.
being resistant to fire?
I mean, I can
you're
only imagine
also-
that if you fought a tree that was resistant to fire, you'd also be concerned. Not that I've read the story before at all, but
That's a very oddly specific.
right, it's another story I've read.
The Stony Sorcerer and the Fire-Resistant Tree. Yes,
Right.
that was one of the ones.
You know,
Now it's a title, now it's the world.
The Stony
I do
Sorcerer
remember
and the Fire-Resistant
That's
Tree.
part of the failed book series, wasn't it?
It's
the other one
yes,
was
it's,
the other one was he who fought the sun and failed.
Yes,
but
yes, that was another
I
one.
heard there's another book that about his children that eventually did defeat the
But
sun.
that
Oh,
was-
that was fan fiction.
I was
Ah.
going to say that's not canon.
Oh no.
It's too bad. It would have been very impressive.
One of,
Also, I thought you didn't read this book, but
One of-
somehow you're
one of
referencing
Kevin's
the side
fables.
story.
Again, just I have the
Yep.
mind of a storyteller, so it's just I can see where the story would go.
I think you're lying.
Rollins.
Insane.
he says in character.
I will not
I
roll
hand
that-
you a dice.
I will not roll a d20 for this one.
What was the Stony Sorcerer one?
Stony Sorcerer and the Fire-Resistant Tree.
Oh my god.
So, Curran, why are you trying to get to the coast?
That is
Cute.
an excellent question. I wouldn't
Well, it's
have-
just like I told you yesterday or the day before.
Just trying to go to the coast?
I have some business to do out there.
That's extremely specific. I have no follow-up question.
Rallo's laugh, that's in character, Rallo's. First time you've heard him laugh, for sure.
That's extremely specific. I have no follow-up.
There's that wit that
I just like look over,
It's
like
taken
after
a
you say
while
that,
to
I
get
like
back.
look over at Kirsten and like,
Kirsalen's trying not to smile.
that was easier than I thought. Okay.
Alright, moving on.
And Q, you're traveling with Curran?
Yes, we have business near the coast.
I see. Good night.
See how our stories line up.
Yeah.
It's because it's the truth. No, I don't think you've actually asked me that since we set out. At least not in such a way that I could give you new information about. I don't think so. I feel like you asked.
The only thing that happened
Like, maybe,
was
like-
when you and I were watching, you alluded to something going on with your family, and
Yeah.
that's all.
Maybe at the very, very first
I
time I brought a drink over.
Yeah, I remember like when you guys first came up to us, you asked.
Yeah, I was like,
And I
tell
was
me.
just like,
Yeah.
I have business to do out there, and that was like all.
And I was like, yeah, good, same. Yeah, that's
But
yeah.
yeah, no, I wouldn't have minded staying in here a little bit longer, but I've been enjoying your company, so I am interested what the hurry was, though.
Truth be told, I have my my daughter disappeared some time back. I have reason to believe that it was pirates. At least the information that made it back to me is what I heard. I don't know much specifics. It's my best guess given the information that I have. Delima is the most likely place closest to home that there's any sort of pirates. So it's the
Oh.
place I'm going.
That seems like the right place to start. Did she have business on the seas, or how did she get mixed up
No,
with something
no.
like that?
No, she was too young for her own business. She helped out on the farm, but she disappeared from the farm. Sorry, this is Caleb actually trying to remember. She said we had a shipment going to Iridor from the farm, and so she and I took it out that way. Stayed there for a couple days, but after I sent her out on an errand in Iridor, and never saw her again. Went around trying to find out what happened, but didn't hear much, at least at first. Eventually after I looked for a while, I found some evidence that pointed to pirates.
That is certainly distressing.
What linked it back to the pirates? I'm assuming no one left a peg leg behind. But
No, just conversations with different tavern owners, different merchants coming from the west, with different innkeepers. It wasn't enough to go up to the nearest fellow with an eye patch, ask him. Said, "Oh yeah, the rabbit girl. He's over on that ship with the Jolly Roger on top." To be honest, she might not be with pirates. She might not be at Delima. For all I know, she might have gone the way of the other orphans in Iridor. But it's as much as I have.
well, it's a start.
No degree of ransom or anything like that.
No. We never heard anything from the pirates specifically. Never had any sort of ransom, any way to track him down. Really not much of a way of finding any specific pirates. It's just the best guess is what I can put together.
Is there? So she is a Herringon as well,
At least half.
right? That's look. At some point, like 1,000 years ago, my mom gave birth. My great grandmother gave birth to something with horns, and then so sometimes things happen.
She is a Harrigan, yes.
She's a Harengon. I think full Harengon. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember.
Unless your
if that was
husband's
his
not a
dog.
Harengon,
go
which
for
would
it.
have been
I
a
don't-
surprise to me.
I don't know if I couldn't remember. I was like, I think he was a Harengon. At least I don't remember him not being a Harengon. And I just needed you to verify that wasn't a thing.
Do I know in any of the research that I've done about what continent are we on again?
Talira.
Talira as a whole. Do I know anything about any degree of slave trade or heard about anything like that within the continent?
So that there's no
Like sanctioned
there's
slavery, it would be
there's no sanctioned slavery in any of the civilized parts of Talira that you're aware of, right? It's
Got
not
it.
like, okay, cool, well, like Iridor, they're kind of fine, and then Rab and Aster, they're like, it's not like you're gonna walk in and be like, oh, this place is like Gracklestugh, where like
Yeah.
half of the people here are slaves.
okay.
No, there's no legal institutionalized slavery
Okay.
that you are aware of.
And what of your husband? Is he not also looking?
No, he's staying home, taking care of the kids. I have more experience out in the world,
I would
tracking
believe
things down.
that.
I'm sure any daughter raised by someone as capable as you, even if you may need coaching from time to time, will be more than capable of defending and taking care of herself out here.
I hope so.
Will
Who knows? Maybe wherever she is, maybe she's in charge of the pirates now, huh?
Could
it's
be.
definitely possible. But how old was she when she left?
How about better question? How long ago was this?
Both.
She must have been what, something around 15.
It's somewhere in a message between me and Caleb, for sure.
I have it. I have it. It's just I'm like
You can just give us a range, and it's fine.
15.
I might be
young
able to get
adult.
it.
15 at the oldest, I would think.
Wait, it's
she was
Young adult.
she was about
she was 13 when she ran away.
14. I have 14.
Okay,
13 or 14, maybe 15.
around there.
Who
When
knows?
she ran away on her 14th birthday.
It's been 20 years since then, but
Yeah.
you know.
Just started looking for her now.
Right? How long ago was that, you said?
It was. It's been a while. There's family stuff that kept me on the farm. It's been some time.
No.
She realistically could be anywhere.
It's no, I was not a why didn't you look sooner? There are plenty of reasons, and actually leads to I know she was young, but is there any part of her that wanted to run off?
What do you mean?
Kids get rebellious. I don't know if she maybe just. I mean,
Listen, I can't speak from personal experience, but perhaps is it possible that she just wanted to go out on her own and explore?
She was independent. She would adventure around home. And she would get into her fair share of trouble. But she would explore Iridor. Enough that it probably more than I should have let her. hindsight being what it is. But did she want to run away? I wouldn't have imagined that she'd leave and not come back.
Sure. Just maybe some hope that her disappearance wasn't purely tragedy. But regardless, I'm sure to find her.
Hope so. I will say she did look quite a bit like me. There's lots of different looking Harengon, but black with the laid back ears aren't all that common.
Sure.
So at least makes it that much easier to find her.
Absolutely. And I'm sure even fewer. There are a lot of Harengon on ship crews.
There's some. There's
It's
definitely
actually
some.
mostly rabbit. It's actually
Exclusively
Yeah.
rabbit
We
industry.
get there and there's like 7 crews comprised
All
completely of
Harengon.
Harengons.
Um,
And they all have the flop together.
Man, where I come from, like, only person with down ears, but out here, all
Needle in a stack of needles,
too
go.
much, too much resistance in the open sea. You know, it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
advantageous to have.
Well,
Well, except you'd think you'd want them for sales.
yeah.
But if you want to slow down, they'll put their ears up and they just.
Right. Just collect it.
Air
There are no sails on the boat. It's just, it's a bunch of whoop.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
Left 15 degrees.
Harengon, Aarakocra, just a bunch of
Yeah.
animal races to. Okay, we're gonna.
That'd be fucking intimidating.
Right?
Sail technology.
Release sail. And everyone's like, holy shit.
Oh dear.
Well, we'll certainly look for it in town, but
That seems to be our intent, going this direction.
for sure.
But it is in the event that the trail leads us elsewhere, or even back to Iridor. Maybe.
Get to Delima next morning. Back to Iridor. Let's go again.
Let's
I
go.
forgot my boots.
I've been wondering why my feet have been so cold.
Not the brown ones.
You guys, this is the wrong horse. I bought a different horse.
We have to bring it back. The insurance is going to be crazy on this one. It's got a red stripe down the
In
side.
the event that we head back that way, I may be able to. Maybe there's some friends I could call in
For what purpose?
to help find her.
Since when do you have friends? Other than yours truly.
Oh, Fabian.
This is the first person.
I feel slightly slighted by this comment. You just strolled out into the world, not a single friend.
That, I mean,
I must not be very approachable.
you're plenty approachable.
Well, I approached you, so I don't know.
It's just a matter of
You at
perspective.
least don't actively repel people.
Perhaps approaching them is easy. It's the getting away that's troublesome.
Who do you know in Iridor?
I didn't say that.
Huh?
I didn't say I knew anybody there.
You said you have friends if we go back.
I said I could potentially get in touch with some friends.
Ah, I see.
I think they have ways of sending messages
Nice,
on
yeah.
bats or something.
We did discuss it. They don't,
There's
yeah.
Bat
Would be
delivery.
bats.
Oh, I don't know.
I never knew bats for sending messages.
All
It's
kinds
more
of
like
uses for
it's
bats.
more of like a pigeon.
They cost more. They're for overnight shipping.
I guess carrier
Oh.
pigeon.
Carrier pigeon. You trust a pigeon with your message.
Absolutely.
They're stupid.
They're incredible. Have you ever read about how accurately they can go from one location to another?
Like over
They don't have
seas.
very much computational power within their brains. However,
Yeah.
their ability to navigate to their coop,
Nest?
roost,
Food?
Their ability to navigate is unparalleled. One of the oldest forms of communication in terms of message sending.
It's incredible.
It's quite a sight to behold.
I mean, not really. It's just like when it gets there, it's impressive.
That's
The rest of the
quite
time,
a
it's just a bird flying.
Like to hold your hand up and have a bird.
That's not.
That's absolutely how it works.
I think you're mixing that up with like falconry.
That's not the same thing.
No.
Pigeonry.
No. I feel quite confident in saying that.
Come
that's
to me.
not the thing.
We'll just
It just shits on your head. Keeps going.
And Kier, when you're not weighing in on means of message delivery, are you're purely here to help Kurin on her journey? Do you have anywhere you're trying to get to, or will you return home just as quickly?
Well, for one part of it is that I knew Adalin from when I was a kid.
Adeline.
Adeline. Sorry.
Sorry, it's his accent.
Yes, that's
There you
how
go.
we pronounce it where I come from, which is the same place you come from.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
That makes
Totally
perfect
different
sense.
accent.
Strict generational divide.
They actually changed the way it was pronounced, like the day he was born.
Right, exactly.
That was
Who's
the change
they?
over.
Right. The Rabbit Council.
I lost.
The Rabbit Council.
Peter Rabbit.
How do you pronounce that completely?
Adeline.
Adeline.
Patrice Rabbit.
Maybe she
The
joined,
king and queen of
maybe
rabbits.
she joined the 40 Thieves.
True.
Make way for Adeline.
Slowly.
So that's part of it. I sort of knew her growing up, and I was traveling through town, ran into Kurin, and was sort of came up, and I'm sort of just looking for ways to serve Rehenna, and this seemed like a way to do that while also helping a friend.
Did she confirm that for you? Rehenna.
Oh, well, I still have. Let's see.
Or you're just kind of winging it and assuming that your deity is
Like a
that this is
pigeon.
what you should do.
No,
Well,
pigeons know.
Listen, I'm fascinated.
If Rehenna's
Winging
light
it.
will guide the path, and light shows in my hand, well, I still have her magic, so I'm pretty sure she's approving of it.
So if you just slightly deviate, she just cuts you off.
She gives you an hourglass.
Yes,
Is that what
I've
happened?
told it's how it works. Yes, and that happened to me personally, but it's usually an hourglass of some kind.
Okay.
One person got like a pocket watch instead.
So you're serving Rehenna, which is very honorable. I have to say,
Is it? I don't know anything about her.
I mean, if what he's been doing is serving Rehenna, I'm very on board with it. It's been very effective.
We've asked about like what Rehenna's domain is.
Rehenna is the goddess of justice and vengeance.
My type of goddess.
I
I
mean,
mean,
had a tower
his type of goddess, not mine.
Her name's not
where you
Raj.
needed to say name the tower, or maybe come up with a password to the tower. What words
Vengeance.
might you use? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but for which one?
Dusk?
For which
Have you
one?
thought about Dusk yet?
For the name or
What
for
about
the
that
password?
thing between
Both.
Dusk
Oh,
and
it's
The Tower of Vengeance, and the password is vengeance.
Half the
Obviously.
password, I'll tell you that. We've been staying there guessing it for months.
Although I did
But for some reason, we can only guess once per day.
Right.
It's really weird.
The door mocks you incessantly.
and after 5 years, to change it, so now it's super vengeance.
Right.
I don't
For
know.
vengeance.
With a space in between. That's important.
Underscore.
Huh?
For the Underdark, you know.
Well,
It's an over.
I suppose it's just called score there.
yeah.
Do we want to cast lots for who gets the first watch tonight?
That seems
No,
awfully formal.
I'll
Do you really not?
take
If you really don't want to
I'll
do
take
I
the
would be
first
happy
watch.
to
It's
just-
fine. Do you want to get some sleep?
No,
You look tired.
I would actually, yes, it would be very
Sound
nice to
tired.
get some sleep. I don't think I did. Did I? Oh no! All right, I'll go.
Make a round of perception checks.
Oh
I
no!
perceive.
Ooh, I
That
forgot.
was
I'm
19
good at
too.
I forgot. I'm good at this.
good at this.
Have you found a new way to roll your
23.
dice? Are you?
I did. I
Are you
throw them.
full power now? Okay.
I throw the dice.
All right.
It's unleashed.
19.
Mine.
It's like disc golf where
Lower
you have
than
to
those.
throw some of the discs hard in order to get them to act or act.
So Fabian and Kier, both of you hear something. The flapping of heavy wings.
Our delivery's here.
They are disturbingly loud. And quickly seem like they're approaching.
You're all going to want to grab a weapon. There's something coming for us.
I take your sword.
Thank you for that. I reach for your bow.
Slap your hand away. Get away from my stuff.
I don't think that's going to have the... okay.
I don't actually do that.
Okay.
I pull out my bow.
I draw my weapons and try and just like get low
My
and hide.
ears start honing in.
I'll start looking for wherever this is coming from.
You hear, just heavy flapping. And you also realize that the way, and once you're specifically listening for it, in a matter of moments, you can hear it as well, Kurin. And you hear, it's this heavy flapping, but there's a few, it's not just one creature that is flapping. And... Then, suddenly, after hearing this flapping, you hear this strangely enchanting melody. This just sounds like a beautiful song. And I'm going to need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
I was out of range.
Yeah. Can we get a circle for this?
Oh God.
I was doing better until it tipped. Then it turned worse.
We're doing
Yeah.
well.
I'm just under the
What do I
impression that
have?
this roll was not good enough for me to be saved.
Same. Alright, Jordan.
We're good. 19.
Alright, cool. One of us is
All
not
right.
charmed.
I'll fight the harpies by myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really,
Good thing I left you your sword.
Don't worry. As long as they have
How
terrible wisdom.
appropriate the bard would be able to fight the harpies.
I'm just gonna.
Just wait until you see their pet dragon.
Right.
Oh no.
So what do
What
we
about
get?
their feather duster?
19.
19?
Well.
12?
4.
4?
7.
7. Okay. 12 is good enough.
Oh my gosh!
Uh,
That's the most budget save ever. I'm so happy.
We are level 3.
look, man, we're like, it's
Listen,
not actually a dragon. Spoiler alert.
Listen, I'm happily surprised.
That is 12.
So-
That's a good day.
It also it is a charm thing. I don't think either of you have a.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. But for the moment, the both of you are incapacitated
Both of these.
and just
Both of
enchanted by the music that you are hearing, the beautiful song. And you need to go to this song. You
Okay,
need to go to it.
I go to that song.
I assume at this point we were around like our campfire, like set up.
Yeah, I had been assuming that. Yeah, that
That's-
you
that's
were,
what I figured.
you were probably around like, I don't know, the fire started to go out,
yeah.
night's winding down, about to
Yeah.
start figuring out watches and stuff.
Cool. Perfect.
And so, you all, hear and see this creature land about 20 feet from your group. I don't have a harpy miniature, so we're just going to use this because it looks weirdly flailing. It is in fact a harpy, which is funny that you just like called shot at that pretty quickly
How
after
far
like one
out?
ability.
20 feet.
20 feet away from the closest person. You tell me how you're situated.
Jordan, why don't you measure how far to
Yeah. Okay. So if we're going by strictly
Diagonal
yeah,
units.
it's 4 inches away. That's about right. Yeah.
It's about equidistant.
What's cool is that if she has like a 30-foot cone effect, she'll get all of us right there.
We are grouped around the fire. There is no way around that.
No, for sure. I agree.
We did not
This is-
strategically sit around this fire to dodge spell.
I did.
Well, we just sat by her.
Specifically, cones, fireballs, and lines.
Corinne, you're gonna want your bow.
I don't know whether
Why
you're.
can't you play a song so nice as this one?
Yeah, I don't know
Trying
what
to kill you.
if you're holding your bow already or not. If you are, that is a-okay. That's it. Yeah. So we're gonna roll initiative. The two of you start out incapacitated, and your one directive is to move closer to the source of this song.
Bro, stop.
Continuing
I mean, there
on.
are worse rolls than this. But can I stop
There aren't.
rolling natural 10s?
That's tough, dude. That's tough.
There are worse rolls. But there are definitely better ones, too.
Don't worry, I'm rolling really high right now. I'm ready to miss and have all my
And
abilities
specifically,
saved from.
just from a keeping track perspective, you are immune to that harpy's song for the next 24 hours.
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
cool.
Bad harpy. Wait a minute.
There's another one that comes
Well,
in
he
with a
said there are-
remix.
He did. He did say that.
DJ Khaled
No,
siren comes down.
that's my mixtape!
I just gotta go see him. Like, I don't know.
Alright.
Harpy
I don't know
sisters?
why. There's nothing musically redeeming about him whatsoever, but like I gotta get over there.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Okay.
Honestly, I think you're music.
What do we got for some
Appreciate it,
initiatives?
but
23.
23. That's really good.
Fortunately. Kind of.
you're about to.
I don't know if I wanna go
straight
first
over
this
her.
time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so
we'll
23
see.
is going to be
Won't we?
first.
Yeah, well, one of us is about to play.
Anybody else above 20?
No. I'm close. I
Okay.
think the harpy's at 20.
15 to 20?
18.
18. Did you still end up super low? Did you natural one this initiative roll? Oh, man.
And
No.
I 20'd.
Okay. We're min-maxing it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yay.
18, so that means that Fabian is
You
next.
still go above rounds.
And this
No,
one.
Rollo's natural 10.
We're no longer in shadow.
And he does not have a -4.
What?
10 to 15?
I got 13.
13 for Ralos.
Alright.
What'd you-
7.
7 total? Okay, and your Dex definitely wins. So.
It's go time.
It's time to fight.
Jordan took off the hoodie.
Now take off the shirt.
Okay,
We now
so.
start flexing
Kier,
on
you were
this
the first
thing.
to act in combat.
See?
T-pose.
What kind? So I'm entranced by this song. Am
You were
I-
entranced by the
Start
song,
posing with the
and
best
this
pose that we know.
Yeah.
beautiful, enchanting creature is
Be gone.
the source. It is singing, and you cannot help but be
Well,
literally attracted to it.
my question was going to be, am I urgently attracted to it, basically? But either way, I'd probably just take a double move. And even if I wasn't, I would be walking at half speed, so I'd probably still make it all the way over there.
We
Yeah,
keep-
you basically don't. You move there directly, post haste. Yeah, so you have no problem reaching it this round.
I'm sort of like walking forward, just like my weapons were like started off drawn, and like as she lands, I start darting towards her, and then I just sort of just like my
And
weapons
as,
just, like,
as he approaches, just drops it and just
Here.
is standing there.
Stat,
he?
he's not. What? Maybe he's waiting.
Oh, lovely.
You hear a second flap of
No.
wings as another one lands. Ralos about 25 feet to your left.
Yep.
joke's on you, guess who's not in the cone?
Nani.
And
This one has laryngitis, so it can't sing.
It just had its tonsils removed.
Right.
I need you guys to make saves again.
I don't like that.
You guys cannot be affected while under the first creature's charm effect.
The song
You gotta
sounds
save
really
it. You
good.
get to save at the end
Are
of
you
your
gone
turn.
too?
Yeah.
Bro!
The song is on.
No!
Dirty 20.
Wiz, right?
You're safe. Wisdom.
6.
Oh my
Fail.
gosh.
You are charmed by that one.
It's
And you
just-
wish to move to its enchanting song.
Bro.
I rolled an
This is
18.
not good for me.
And assuming that I am free of the enchantment, do I now have to make a new roll against that one?
Yes. But being immune to the first one, that definitely... That will
Enough.
help.
13.
13? Okay, you are still good.
Oh, that one's really tough. That one.
Assuming that it's...
15.
yeah, it's really tough. DC's 13 instead of 12.
So Ralos, yes, you are
It's a slightly better singer.
being compelled to move in that direction. Fabian, we are to you.
This is quite
What am I doing?
the situation.
What am I, new?
I will look at the one that landed first. That's got Kier somewhat entranced.
You just see me, like, pull my weapons back up, like, what the hell was I just doing?
I will reach out and just take a lute and just kind of pluck this like weird minor chord and just boom, cast Dissonant Whispers. Wisdom save.
Okay.
Sounds so awful.
The first one that landed, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 plus 0 is 11.
Oh, let's go.
Okay.
Is it the second time?
Bad. She will take 12 points of psychic damage.
Ooh, big roll.
Nice.
And she'll just hear, "Oh, you're an abomination to those who would speak music to heal the hearts of others." She'll take damage,
She will take damage,
and
and she attempts to flee, correct? Dissonant Whispers?
is that a thing?
Yeah,
And that's the important part,
Ooh.
because Kier's going to get to hit this
Because
bitch.
she was awake now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually don't.
And also, because
Yeah,
of the sort of the mental anguish that happens here, she interrupts her song and like lets out this shriek. You get a save here, since you are under her song effect currently.
15.
15 is enough. You are no longer charmed by this creature.
Oh, it has to immediately use its
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's cracked.
Yeah.
Get her out of there.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what
That's
both
full
pretty
movement
good.
or
Whole movement.
So 30 feet.
40 feet of flight.
40 feet.
Yeah.
She can go
So
up.
she's gonna like take off and go. You still get your attack of opportunity, but she's just, 40 feet diagonal away.
Well, it's from Fabian.
Oh, that's
so
true. So
just
you-
that way.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to do diagonals.
I mean,
Yeah, and the one little thing's enough. They're not gonna go super high unless they
Then-
decide to
Back
scram.
here.
Negative.
I'll
That'd
look
be 10
over.
feet up.
You're swinging, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Work.
23 to hit,
Absolutely.
and a total of, since I don't have sneak attack, 'cause I don't know why I would, 8 damage.
8 damage. Yeah, not bad. The creature shrieks in front of you, surprises you a little bit. You just had snapped out of it, and just like its nose starts to bleed, and it goes to fly away, and you clip it in the back as it takes off and moves away from you.
Here, keep it
Beware
up.
the incoming earthquake to all of our viewers at home. Okay. So, after having fleed, it is back to the first harpy's turn. It is going to turn around and it is going to no, it's going to from midair pull out a short bow that it had
Oh.
and
Not what I
knock an arrow, and it is going to fire at Fabian, the source of the psychic damage.
bring it on.
That is a 16 to hit you.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the range increment on a short bow?
I believe it is 60, 80 feet. Yeah.
What?
8320.
Okay.
A short one.
'Cause he's just outside. He's like 65 feet away.
Ah, okay.
Pretty sure.
And he's up, but yeah, 80 should have it covered. 'Cause if someone could verify that, that would be dope.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay. So you're going to take 6 points of piercing damage from the arrow.
That probably hurt.
Ralos, let's figure this out quickly. Quick. Oh no.
Never mind.
Is it
This one's
6
song
points?
is better than
6 points piercing. Ralos, it is your turn.
La-di-da.
Ralos.
I'm here. The end.
That was very melodic. Right along with the song, very nice.
Okay. Corin.
Its song sounded so nice, and then
Oh,
it did
like,
the
why didn't you
screech,
attack?
and it just
Like,
sounds
oh.
so bad.
Did you save at the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Do I save?
Yes. Sorry. Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay. 18.
18 is a success.
Just snap out of it right in front of this thing. Oh, shit.
Wait, did you succeed?
Yeah.
No, you're perfect. I love where you
I don't.
I'll if seeing that if you look like you snapped out of it, then I'm going to take a shot at this one up here.
At the flyer.
Yeah, the flyer, and I'm going to we're going to we'll see if we hit, but I might grasping arrow.
I think that'll hit.
It's better to shoot your arrows rather than grasp.
Well, you start with one and then go to
Party
the other.
trick. You just
It's gonna be like
Yeah.
26
Fire your own
to
arrow.
hit.
Yeah, that'll hit the AC 11 heartbeat.
Yeah, and then
Spoilers.
we're going to grasping arrow it.
Hey, just remember, there's always something else. As we went.
Ooh,
Oh
Wow.
man,
Whoa,
that
max
goes along
damage.
with most of my
Gross.
damage rolls.
Really good at hitting things.
Great. Like, maximum consistency.
9 points of damage total.
9 points of damage. Okay.
She, like, held in place or something with the rest of her.
Yeah, you
if
center
she moves,
mass
she takes
land
damage.
an arrow in this flying creature. You just barely make out the silhouette and like the little bit of fire that you have left.
Sure.
But you have no problem finding your mark. Anything else, Kurin?
No, that's it.
Okay. Behind Fabian, another flapping of wings as another creature lands just
Get this
behind
crap
him.
out of here. We got consistency.
Yes, we do.
This
Lands
close
right
or
behind
how
me?
close?
Yeah, how close?
About 15 feet behind you. And I'm going to need another round of saving throws as
The
this
squad.
harpy is also singing a magnificent melody.
No.
I'm going to use
All
the
this-
DM inspiration I've had sitting around for a while.
Okay.
All of us?
Yep, everybody. If you're within 300 feet of it,
Bullets.
Crap.
17.
11.
let's see.
Oh, damn it.
11 is the number.
Oh, let's go!
Passed? Okay. Hey, I got my D20
Did you
back.
use
Out on the
inspiration?
It's been a while.
Did it work?
I know, I missed.
Oh, no.
No, it's
No!
Gone forever.
Fine,
It's on
do you
the
want to give me a
table.
hand?
Okay, sorry. So
I need a 4, 5, or 6.
Mm,
Got a 2.
so you failed. Everybody else passed?
exactly 11.
Yep.
Okay, so
15.
What did you roll?
7.
Ah.
So I had an 8 total. I needed 12.
Should have rolled better.
Yeah.
What's cool is now you can walk the other way.
heading on back.
This
Okay.
song's actually better than this. They're all just coming in
This
and
is a
dropping their
music
mixtape.
festival. Yeah, this is stage to stage action right here.
But yes, so it
Just go to
uses
their
the
best
bonus
hits.
action to
Take it for
sing.
the rest of it.
So this one is going
I'll give it some
to
best hits.
move over to Kurin, seeing that its song didn't take. And even though it's got the bow on its back, it is going to just come at you and rake across your body with its
I
claws.
was hoping he was gonna say rake.
I did.
Natural 1 is going to miss. It is going to make an additional claw attack.
Rake.
Does this have fighter levels?
17 plus 3 for a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's fighter levels. That's funny.
Dude, this thing picks up leaves like no.
crazy.
6 points of slashing damage as just these massive claws rake
How
across
many?
you.
6.
Oh, I thought you said 16.
Yeah, so did I. I was like,
That's
Oh
a
no!
On its second attack.
Yeah. That's like, excuse me?
Uh,
A casual 16.
okay, so we are back to the top with Kier.
Well,
Heading on back.
oh no.
Go again.
Nope.
It's fail. 7.
Fail. Okay. You remain enthralled. The second one that is in front of Ralos
Indeed.
is going to use its bonus action to continue singing. And now that you are no longer under the effects of the first song, I think I need you to make a save for this one's song.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Guys, they're not even singing that
Natural
well.
19.
Natural 19. Okay, you are immune
You've passed
to the second
You've
one.
passed against all 3, right?
Yeah, everybody's safe except you currently from number 3. But everybody else has passed all the other ones. That's the only
Quality bonus action.
Yeah. I mean, but like you said, it's not a super high save. It's just, it's enough.
No, I'm saying it's quality.
Yeah.
That's like really good.
It's really good.
Okay, and
That's how I would want that interaction to go.
sorry, so you move over there. Number 2 in front of Ralos is going to make a pair of attacks into Ralos with its claws.
You do them around me and not in.
The first one's a 22 to hit.
Sure.
You're
Taking
incapacitated.
it?
Are you incapacitated?
No.
No, he broke out of it now. You're going to take also 6 points of slashing damage. And the second one is an 8, which will most certainly not hit you.
Okay.
Ow.
That was roughly more than a third of my life.
Fabian, we're back to you.
You're charmed right now, yeah?
No.
Oh, you
Fabian,
succeeded
I
it
saved.
afterwards.
I'm gonna look over at you're charmed, but you're not.
I'm not.
You just took a significant amount of
Yes.
damage. All right,
Bludgeoned.
I will put my loot back in the loot holster, or
Okay.
my viola back in the viola holster, and I will pull out my bow, and I will take a shot at the one next to Ralos with my bow. I rolled a 12, and I have more than -1 to.
So it's on the ground, and like, I mean, you could move a bit and reduce this, but like currently he's like literally between you guys, so it would have that the little bonus to AC.
I will move over here.
Got it.
I think I have like +5. Yeah, 17 to hit.
17 hits.
All right.
Put it back in the loot tube.
That's what I have.
The loot tube.
Loot tube. And it is.
I'm a loot tuber.
11 points of piercing damage.
11 points of piercing damage to. That is number 2. All right. Yeah, you land a clean shot into the shoulder of this creature, and it recoils and snarls back at you.
Ralos, good luck.
Thanks.
All right. Back to the first one that's got its bow out. And I think it's going to sort of stay about where it is and take a shot with its bow at Fabian again. Does a 12 hit you?
It might.
I don't think so.
No, it does not, because I have studded leather armor.
Oh, yeah.
What a stud.
15.
15's the number. Okay. Yeah, so this arrow misses wide by a bit, but the creature, so it'll fly its 40 feet. It'll still be in the air, but it's going to move closer to Fabian.
It will take 2d6 damage if it does that.
Oh, you did the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed it at the time.
How
No,
smart is
this one would have the intelligence that. Sorry, so I know I missed. I would have. But it's gonna take the action to remove the brangles.
Oh, okay.
Instead, I forgot about that. That's my bad. All right. So it is Yeah, going to remove the brambles and be done. It is now Rallis' turn.
Okay. Ah, this is getting really old.
Remember with your legs.
I'll show you a new one. So first, I'll draw my blade and like kind of get into that familiar stance that like whenever I draw. I mean, you guys wouldn't see it right now, but the familiar stance.
Yeah, but you heard the song though.
Yeah, correct. And because the song is so exciting, with my action, you're going to start seeing like as I'm like kind of getting into like the movements for the what's it called, like for my blade song, you're gonna see my like image start to like shift in and out, so where I'm standing is not completely clear.
All right.
Catch that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That one I know.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's all I got.
All right, Kurin, back to you.
I'm just going to take a shot at this flying one up here.
Okay.
Do it again.
Do you have to worry about being a melee?
Oh, that is the thing, right?
Well, no. If you're gonna turn around and shoot in melee, you'd have disadvantage. If you're just shooting at the other enemy, you're fine.
I wasn't sure.
You can't.
I think it's Pathfinder where you provoke.
I think it's no, but I think I still like. There's some. I think there's a rule about like if I'm in melee, I can't fire.
I think it's either if you're in melee, all range attacks are disadvantage. But the question is it only against the creature you're melee with, or is it just everyone?
I think.
It would have to be only the creature in melee would. That would be very weird.
Well, I mean, being
I think attacking a creature in melee.
With a ranged weapon
Is
would
disadvantage.
be disadvantage, but if you were attacking a creature that's
Nah.
in the
Yeah, I
Getting a
don't
ranged attack is more difficult when a foe is next to you. When
Oh.
you make a ranged attack with a weapon, spell, or some other means, you have disadvantage on the attack roll if you are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who can see you and who isn't incapacitated.
Interesting.
Wow,
Yeah.
that changes.
I mean, that
everything.
makes sense that would not have come up last campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Given our,
Except every
yeah,
time I used Firebolt, but I agree. That's
I never used Scorching Ray. When I
Yeah,
was
and
in
it's not even necessarily
Oh, it
the
would
creature's
be
reach
spells,
either.
too.
It's literally 5 feet. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, the creature has 10-foot reach, so it's a problem. It's literally just
Yeah.
being too close to someone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So
interesting.
then,
Good to know.
But
But also good that you're a rabbit.
yeah, that is. I mean, it is why it is a large part of why I'm a rabbit, because I can rabbit hop over here. Actually, I will go 5, 10, rabbit hop back,
2 hops
Nice.
this time.
back.
Man, yeah, getting to use that
another
like
song.
amidst movement
Another
too
song.
is sweet.
Back 10.
Oh, we removed his sneak attack.
Longbow.
Yeah. Well, we didn't.
I'm gonna shoot at
His
it.
sneak attack has been.
At the flyer still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flyer.
His ally.
19 to
Could've
hit.
rolled.
It's gonna
Absolutely.
be 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
And then I'm going to. I'm just going to action surge and shoot it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
buddy.
Get him. Smack him with that.
Oh.
Smack him with that point stick. Yes.
19, 4 points of damage.
19 and 4 points of damage. You fire your 2 arrows in rapid succession, and after a screech, after the first one finds purchase, and after the second one, it falls silent, and you just see the silhouette of the creature drop from the sky, and it is dead.
Dang wabbit.
That rabbit.
Wascally wabbit.
Rabbits versus ducks, you know?
Rabbit season. Harpy season. Rabbit season. Harpy
Now the
season.
one that is near Kirsalin.
Are you still?
He is. So, incapacitated creatures.
He is danger.
He is incapacitated.
Yeah.
No, okay, so I wasn't sure. This is just can't take actions or reactions. He's
Okay.
not any more vulnerable to attack.
Okay.
But he is just going to stand there and take it
Yeah,
while he's
yeah.
charmed,
Okay.
basically.
I was gonna say if it's like actually the incapacitated condition,
That'd be rough.
Salen's about
Yeah.
to be down.
Yeah.
So that is a 15 to hit you for the first one.
I can't take reactions. That hits.
I will
Yeah.
take the viola thing and just zing, run it across the back and try to distract her from hitting him and use silver bars.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay. Even better. A natural 17 on the reroll.
Well, I will give. I'll give myself advantage on the next one, I guess. Oh yeah, no, you should get advantage because you're in a save.
Is it advantage on attack rolls or anything?
Thought it was the next kind of
It's
anything.
the next anything.
I'll check it. I'll check it.
If you can use it on the save, I will give it to you. If not, I will keep it for myself.
Next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Yeah.
Such an insane
There you go.
spell.
It's super good.
It's real good.
Yeah, but the bad guys are gonna know it too because it's so good.
No.
Yeah.
Just like they didn't know shit.
Look, man,
It's only
half of your
fair.
party took it at level 3. It's gonna happen.
fair.
I was talking to Kevin Reynolds about his campaign, and he has one of the other guys in his group that is running a campaign. There's literally a single spell banned from it, and it's Silvery Barbs.
I told Doug.
It's real good.
I told Doug it should probably not also give advantage.
Yeah, that seems insane.
I told Doug that should probably.
It should just be like a second level spell, or like to give advantage you have to upcast it or something.
I was
But
gonna say the advantage
You
on
can
top
always
of
house
it
rule
is
it.
just.
I would cast it if it was just give disadvantage.
Yeah, I would
That's like
too.
that.
I think the advantage part. I love it.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
great.
pretty.
The advantage part is totally
It's completely
Yeah,
unnecessary.
it's a non-factor.
You're talking
in
about how
using
fair
the spell.
Silvery Barbs is?
So
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
It's
How-
super
Uh,
really
how
balanced.
not.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so one hit coming your way.
I just
First level
like- I
spell
just
feels like
wasted-
exactly a
Ooh,
Silvery Barbs
ones.
level.
Yeah.
3 slashing damage on the
It's
first
like
one.
Fireball.
Second attack
Everything
coming
is
across
just
with
as
the
good.
claws
Don't get me
is
wrong, I
a
love it.
14.
I'm glad I found it,
That just
but-
misses.
Just misses. Okay.
I would
So
like
you know you're
Expansion context.
you're
comes out, you
just
wanna make sure one
walking
spell
towards
is
this
like
creature,
really good.
but you're not, you know,
Do that.
like you're doing the internal screaming, sweating thing, right? You're not just gonna stand there and take these hits.
Do I roll saving throw after I get taken damage?
No,
No.
you do not. But that is the creature's turn.
It's okay, we have a doctor.
Just
down?
wait until you have to find the entire
Here, it is your
graduating
turn.
class of
So
Strixhaven
give me
that
another
we
save.
start.
This time with advantage.
It's from the
Yeah.
Strixhaven book.
Yeah, 19.
19. Okay, you
Because of the advantage.
are now immune as well.
Yay, here.
Can I
Here is back.
Can I
As long
pretend?
as we just fight random.
Can I pretend like I'm
11
still
creatures,
influenced?
we've got everything we need.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine if the answer's no.
I mean,
Here's
you
someone-
can pretend.
I'm doing this with an attempt to get sneak attack damage on my next turn.
Okay. Give me a performance check with advantage, because I think in terms of what this is, it's not that hard to stand there and like look relatively helpless.
Oh god.
Wow.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Man, Kevin,
I'll
you're really gonna burn him like that? It's not hard for Kier to stand there and not look intimidating.
Except right now.
No, to like literally look like you're just like
No, I'm-
blades at your side and
I'm
stuff.
making a joke.
I am going to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the harpy insight against that, and we will see.
I mean, you don't even have to tell me necessarily.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind when we get around. That was your turn, so now we're back to number 2. That's in front of Ralos, and it is going to make another pair of claw attacks against you.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage saved you because one was an 18, but the other was a 6, for a total of 9, which will certainly not hit.
Correct.
Second one, is it? Are they all at disadvantage? Oh, right, no, you're. That's it. I was thinking
Yep.
it was the barbs, but I
Nope.
know what this is. Natural 20 and a 12 for a 15.
Not gonna do
Not
it.
while you're dancing. I was gonna say, I was
We
like,
got
you don't
that.
have mage armor on probably, but while you're doing the dance,
The blade dance.
that's
big one.
too much.
We got that anti-crit tech.
Yeah, pretty good. Why? Why would you need that? Why would you need anti-crit
Listen,
tech,
I
huh?
am just
Mr. 25 AC at level 2?
I'm a very credible person.
Okay. So
It's a me problem.
The future
after
has been seen.
your form starts shifting like that, and these next round of attacks find no purchase on you, it is going to take off into the air. You will get an opportunity attack, but it is going to fly up.
Get away.
What?
If you let this thing get away.
Well, it's singing better than you.
That's.
I mean, it's 11 plus something, and it's AC's 11, right?
You have inspiration.
Why would I do that?
Well, just in case.
Yes, you definitely hit as it flies up.
Oh, good. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. That's number 2. Oop. Look at me just breaking pencil that over here. Yeah, nice hit. As it flies up, you leave a huge wound across the back of its right leg. And it starts bleeding profusely. But it is now roughly 30 feet in the air.
Oh.
Fabian.
Uh-huh.
Well, since it's roughly
Sure, this
30
is
feet in
roughly
the
30
air.
feet up.
Ralos is looking like he's got this covered a little bit now. And I'm going to turn around and look at Kier, who
It's
is...
flying. He could probably do
My
it.
long range sword.
It can't do anything to you. Kier is, like, in rough shape, correct?
I've only taken 3 damage.
Not as rough as anybody thought going into the Harpies last turn.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. I will shoot the one that just went up in the air.
All right.
Do it.
Natural 1.
21.
That's 20 more than I thought. That definitely hits.
I agree. Look, we're both shocked right now.
Expectations in shambles.
I'm shocked.
8
You're shocked.
points
Archie's
of
shocked.
piercing damage.
8 point of piercing damage to the one that just took off in front of Ralos, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. No, you land another direct hit on this harpy, and it is bleeding profusely at this point.
Kier, keep up the good work.
Okay, so you know what? He still looks like he's not moving. So
Good point.
So
You.
I was gonna say, so like visually,
super
it would
well,
not be
yeah.
obvious.
Can I?
Well, actually,
I mean,
it's
but
like-
if you're like just standing
My
in front
passive-
of something, how hard is it to just stand there and just
Look, my passive
keep
insight.
standing there?
Well,
is-
out of 20, about 12 hard.
Fair.
My passive insight is high. I have expertise in insight. Which is-
True.
I'm getting to live out my real life fantasy.
I can't read people,
Yeah.
but Fabian can.
Fabian certainly can mechanically. 'Cause
Love
the
it.
DM has to tell me. That's
But yeah, I think like
Love it.
mid-fight and when your exclusive focus isn't on him, it would not be immediately obvious that he's uncharmed at this point.
Fair enough.
Try not to get too far away.
Ralos,
Just-
your harpy adversary has taken off in front of you. Casts fly. Superman punches it and comes back.
This is universes.
Alright. Fabian, you handle that one. Clearly it's not interested in dancing. So I will, once again, super fast move over here.
And vroom goes the dynamite.
Vroom.
And I will hit him. Is this flanking or is it- Are we changing
Doesn't-
flanking?
Doesn't work as good.
That is tragic.
What do you mean?
What?
That's
No,
his thing.
everybody liked the reaction flanking thing, right?
No.
I do.
But I will, like I said.
DMs liked the reaction flanking, right?
I think it is a much more interesting mechanic.
So you can use your reaction to give your ally flanking.
It,
Yes. You can use your reaction to use the help action on an
So you
ally's
can
attack.
give someone advantage on the attack.
I see. So everyone has silvery bars.
Not quite,
Yes.
but I see what you're getting at.
Yeah, no.
not really, but you know.
Totally kidding.
Yes. But
Yeah,
it doesn't
no,
take a
we're
first level
gonna
spell
go with
slot.
it,
So cracked.
and yeah.
So insane.
Well, 10 will. Oh, hey.
Hey! Value.
12.
Okay, definitely hits.
Okay. Nice.
It was close.
And that'll be 8 points of slashing damage.
8 points of slashing damage to this one that has not been hurt yet. Yeah, you speed over to it and just it is not expecting how rapid your approach was, and you catch it off guard and give a good slash across the waist.
Get some.
Kurin, you just watched a literal blur speed over.
I was sort of ready to take the shot at the one attacking Kier, and then after Rallos like dashes by, I'll be like, well, I'll fire at the one in the air.
I should say, as I was running to it, looked like really weird too. Cause like same with like when I had
you're
like
like
shadow,
extra
like,
blurry.
yeah, it's like really like
So dope.
yeah, same sort of like smoke trails.
I imagine a combination of like smoke and also when you sort of like air out in like WoW or like lag out in WoW, you like character goes and then suddenly like here and then here.
Yeah.
Makes me think of the Chronicles of Riddick. When the one Overlord dude who like has the image drag behind thing, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Except sometimes you're where the image is and not where you actually are. What'd we get?
16 to hit, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. It is the second one that your arrow drops from the sky.
Beautiful.
Bruh.
It was in the sky.
Oh, I've
Shit.
definitely been doing
Plus 30 now.
plus 4, but
Oh, did you forget your?
I've been adding
Range
plus 3 of my
bonus.
dex instead of plus 4.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know why.
Redo the whole fight.
Well, and don't you have a fighting style at this point too?
Yeah, it's to hit.
Oh, right. Never mind. Yeah, Duelist is the one that's damage. Did you see that they put a Duelist 2 out? Someone basically like put
Yes.
Duelist on a server.
I did see that.
Game's great.
That's dope.
We'll be a Duelist stream
that's
after
right.
tonight.
Forgot
That game
about
was
that
fun. It was super fun.
Yeah, it just needs to be put on
That are,
Switch
like,
or something.
Yeah.
It's such a
Fire
perfect
Emblem,
game for that.
Yeah, it'd be a really, really good Switch game. Okay.
I have thoughts.
So
if you
two
want,
harpies
I have
down.
I have my game.
Harpy number 3 is the lone remaining one. And it hears
How much I told you.
the second song end and another one of its harpy brethren fall out of the sky. And this harpy is going to Grog had an intelligence of 6. This has an intelligence of 7. It is going to disengage and fly straight up 40 feet into the air.
This is 40 feet for purposes.
Of this.
But it was 20 feet over there.
This is 40 feet.
It is whatever we need it to be. And we're back to the top with Kier.
Well, double check our wording since it flew away.
Actually, I guess the fact that these things are using bow and arrows probably also should have been enough to know,
It's
like,
smart
hey,
enough.
dodge an attack. But, yeah.
Carrying a weapon.
I'm also sort of in favor of like, you can be a pretty like primal beast and still try to dodge attacks.
Yeah, to actively
Make
try
the
and back
decision
up
to
without
retreat.
being hit.
Yeah.
Like if the alternative is get hurt, animals are really good at not doing that.
Cautious retreat.
Yeah. If their wisdom's super low, maybe not.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They have rabies.
What do you got, Kier?
I am going to. Oh crap! I can't do both of those things.
It's a rabbit heart.
Do I have any understanding of whether or not it knows
Actually, a
I've
good idea.
broken
Just, like, get things
the trance?
raging, like they have rabies.
He's gonna,
If you
Uh,
you're raging.
he's gonna drop his gun into the
Unclear. But more importantly, the fact that it took off and was very deliberate in avoiding being hit by Rallos again.
I am going to move behind the fire and try and use a bonus action to hide using the brightness of the fire to like light blind it, like overexpose its eyes.
You
So
can
just
try.
try
It's
flying.
going to be a high DC because you guys didn't like make some like giant like party bonfire. You made like a small campfire enough to like cook some food.
So I have disadvantage on the stealth, or do I?
You don't have disadvantage. It's just a very high DC.
Isn't it opposed by his perception?
All right, it gets advantage on its perception.
So it's not. Okay, that makes sense. 26.
Well, you know the DC that I was gonna say was 25. So,
So Is there time to net 20 of this, Kevin?
A 4 and an 8. So you know what? Might as well just put the DC. What am I thinking?
All right.
Yeah. So no, you go over behind the fire, and whether it's like you like use your blade to stir up some of the embers to sort of like reignite the fire into just a small flash or something, you duck down behind it, and you think there's a chance that it
Just
could
need
be
to
light
striking
blind.
me for a split second when I shoot a crossbow bolt at it.
A crossbow bolt.
Crossbow bomb.
But you had your blades out though too, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna. If I have to drop my offhand to pull out my crossbow, then I can do that. But however, whatever I need to do to get my crossbow in firing position.
Okay. I mean,
I think you have
dropping
to-
them's fine, right? That's okay.
We're
It's
not
just
standing by a chasm. They will be there if you drop them.
I just drop them both.
not standing by a chasm yet.
It's the
That's
first
day
day.
2. That's day 2.
It's the first day. It's okay.
It's gonna be a 19 to hit.
It's the mouth.
Yeah.
It's the
19
mouth of
hits.
the antelope.
Faux show.
Get him!
10 total damage.
10 damage.
10 damage, baby.
Yeah. No, you again center mass with this bolt, hitting it in, well, whatever the equivalent of stride is for flight.
Flap.
Mid flap.
Mid ascent.
Yeah, and it again just like recoils.
Center ass.
And it too
Good
is
target to aim for.
looking a little rough between that bolt and Rallis's slash. Fabian.
His baby on.
I will fire my short bow.
Throw a loot at it.
Oh, I'm thinking about it.
You will try.
I will try. 16.
16 hits. I don't know why I just reflexively look back down.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, I
I'm
mean,
like, no,
I
I've,
get it.
I've said it's an 11. Of course it hits. What am I doing?
6 points.
6 more piercing. Yeah, you guys are just lighting this thing up as it
I'm
goes.
it's
I know. I love it so
It's
much.
gonna
I'm impressed that it's that
It's
we're
still going
doing
with chronicling
every D20.
They're annotated too. Of
I know
what,
what
they were
all
rolled
of them
for.
are.
it.
I kind of love it.
total
I
is.
kind of love it. And especially when your character's like, I'm compiling a story. Like, at the same time, you're literally compiling the story of the campaign for you in that
Yeah.
way.
What's not about it? It's hilarious.
Rallis, we're back to you.
Fabian, do you have any way? You know what? The best way to bring him down is just kill him. Come back here, and I'll just chill touch. Like the hand will appear, try to grab it by the back of the head.
Okay.
Basically.
That was
Yeah,
what I
give
was
me the
going
attack
to
roll.
suggest.
Hey, chill.
It's probably gonna hit actually, but it's not gonna be great. 14.
14 hits.
We get to kill.
Damage.
I thought it was. Is it a D8?
No, but you don't add anything.
Why was I thinking it was like a D10 or something? I don't know. Maybe
It
I'm
would
drunk.
be nice. We can make it a D10 if you want, but it does say it's D8.
Oh, I might be just be
Till we
thinking of
fight
Toll the
that
Dead
Horde
instead.
of apprentices from Strixhaven.
Toll the Dead is D12, and it's a save.
But only if they take
Right.
damage, right?
Crap.
Yeah.
Right, they have to
Toll
have
the
taken
Dead
damage
is-
though, otherwise.
That's
They don't.
insane.
Yeah, it's a D8 if they haven't taken damage yet. Yep. So he will take
12.
This
3
one is very
points of
action, though,
necrotic
right?
damage.
3
Which means
points of
10 feet.
necrotic.
Oh.
All right.
Shot
Corin.
After analyzing the sine, cosine, and tangent of the angle of its flight pattern, I shoot an arrow at it. That's a 12 to hit.
That is
10 points
enough
of
to hit.
damage.
10 more. Jeez.
Is this the third 10 that moves him down?
You do not score the hat trick with this arrow.
Oh!
And you guys, you're pelting it with arrows and necrotic damage as it flies up, but
I'm
it is
like,
barely.
as I fire the arrow, I think, should I use the grasping arrow? And I'm like, no, this will be fine.
Just, it is still going, and it is going to flee and double move, fly. I know the range of your spells. It doesn't know the range of your spells, so it's not going to just fly directly up to most efficiently get out of your range. But it is going to fly up in that way, 80 feet.
Yep.
And at this point,
going up
it's
probably 40 more
far
feet.
enough away from your little
Probably 40 feet
campfire
too.
that attacks that are going to have disadvantage just because it's, you know, a creature up in the night sky. It's not
This is now 80 feet tall.
an overly bright time, given that it is nighttime.
Sure.
All right.
I don't think
Here?
that's gonna stop me.
Yeah.
Of course not.
It's 80 feet. It's 80 feet in the air.
You know what's great about range
It's-
increments at disadvantage?
Yeah.
And
Always has been.
Alright, that spell won't reach then.
45.
Well, I can move underneath it, but if it's 80 feet in the air, I still can't get to it.
It is 80 feet in the air.
So then I'm going
40
to.
away.
I will. Is there anything for me to hide behind down here that would give me a way to?
No.
Under my ears.
Yeah. At this point, no, probably not. It's very very flat and grassy where you are.
Okay,
I
and
can
then
probably cast
I will.
Spell's cracked,
You're
dude.
right. Why didn't I think of
If
that?
only there were 3 targets for you to hit with
It's
it.
an anti-crit maneuver.
Yep.
It's impossible to crit while baned.
No.
It's D20 minus D4.
Yeah, but a 20's a 20.
Nah.
Not if it's a 16.
Nice.
Make the bonus action to give it an Inquisitor's mark, and then shoot in the crossbow bolt head.
Okay.
That's a crit on with Inquisitor's markup. 19 and 20 is crit.
Right, because that's
That's good.
That's the thing. I have it right here if you want to read it.
I know we were getting
It's the bottom-
reflavored,
it's
and
the
I'm
bottom
trying to
entry.
remember which one it is.
Section.
It is not close enough for you to mark it.
Oh fuck! Right, it has a range. Well, that sucks. Well, then I will bonus action to get ahead of it instead.
Ha!
6, and then I will 19. I hit it. Still, I just not a crit, and then
You're still gonna kill
oh, I have disadvantage.
I was gonna say.
It's in the night sky.
Still
Oh,
good.
yeah. You're
That's still 19 to hit.
You're
Total.
fine.
19 hits,
Bam.
9 total damage.
9 total damage with this final bolt.
Yay.
This third and final heartbeat creature falls.
Kurin, quick,
In the
shoot while it
sky.
falls. It's still alive.
All right.
At least the night will be peaceful.
What?
This is
I
just
mean,
the
I
first
guess
wave of
not.
heartbeats.
I'm gonna start dragging these bodies back towards the fire.
Yeah, they had they had bows on them.
Yeah.
I would like to investigate this body. Oh, okay. It has moved on its
Oh
own.
god, it's not dead. It's undead.
I'd like to see if these bodies got anything on them.
Samesies. I would like to search a body.
So the harpies are, for most intents and purposes, practically nude. Like very, like rudimentary, loincloth, like caliber coverings. They each have
English
a
longbow.
what?
An English longbow on their back.
It's a short bow.
Elvish longbow?
Yeah, well, they use the short bow.
Oh, it's
They
just
have
like
the-
They have a compound bow on their back.
Yeah,
Yep.
Gander Mountain. A sponsor.
And today's episode is brought to you by Gander Mountain.
But each of them has a short bow. I don't know. They look very average. They look of normal make. Whereas the equipment of the goblins that had attacked you looked very, very makeshift, very homemade. These seem like perfectly normal bows that you would find at an armorer or a market.
Who's selling these things?
The quivers and the arrows they were using, similar story.
We take them.
All right.
Are you good to carry all of those bows?
I'm searching one body.
I will take the bow on the one that I have searched.
Cool. Yeah. No. Each body has a short bow and a quiver of arrows.
Do I know of anything useful from... First of all, do I know what these are? More importantly...
Fair question. Make a... For you, this is probably a history check.
Okay. Let's use the other die. I haven't got much action. Don't betray me.
My horse.
Traitor!
7.
10.
What?
I don't know. That's what it says.
10.
I think you bought 2 for 7.
Yeah, he bought extra horse.
Bonus horse.
Kurin, you don't even need to roll for this one, for how well traveled you are. Here, you as well, having spent a decent amount of time in the vicinity in your past few years. These creatures were harpies. Monstrous, pseudo bird persons that usually, nest, roost, live up in the mountains. And it's not terribly unheard of for them to attack and accost travelers, particularly at night when they have a potential element of surprise. And yeah.
Are there claws or, I guess, voice boxes worth anything?
Yeah, are they, or like feathers or anything
So
worth scavenging?
again, just because we haven't fully implemented the
Crafting.
stuff
Yeah.
book, basically just put like
Harpies.
harpy remains or harpy essence, and we will at a later date determine
Harpy
exactly what that means.
Okay.
So I will
Just times 3. I mean, just
I'll
however.
scavenge that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, feathers can be used for like just fletching even. Yeah. Their own arrows might be fletched with their own.
But yeah, this sort of occurrence is common enough that that's part of why big groups of caravans are as common as they are. It's just safer to travel in greater numbers.
Like 4.
Exactly.
Greater than 4. You needed one more person to go with you.
Uh,
You didn't pick them up. They were at the Salty Dog Tavern. You just
True.
didn't even pick them up.
It's true.
Which was convince Annie to
We don't need
join our.
more people to care about
Convince
this.
Annie to abandon the children that she's taking care of.
Bring an army of children with
We
you.
can go back. We can get them.
We're gonna-
we didn't
we're
even
gonna-
need horses. They could have carried us.
No, we're saving them for when somebody gets polymorph.
True. Annie will
It's
be
still
a
it's the
giant.
play.
Hey, orphan
4
kid.
wizards.
I've got 1 gold for you.
Just
How do you like that?
Sounds like
What's-
fair
what's
pay
your
for a
monkey?
day's work.
Yeah.
What's your favorite large animal?
what's your charisma modifier?
Love it.
You have
Which one
to-
of you is the least likable? You. Come with me.
I'll give you a gold if you don't resist this spell when I need to use it.
When you say it that way, it sounds so much creepier.
Yeah.
Is it not? You're abducting a child to turn them into
You're
a
not
giant...
abducted.
Hey,
They're orphans. And
Here's
they're
some
coming with
money.
you willingly.
Don't fight back.
Yeah, right.
But yes, so you
I just
scavenge
want
the
monk.
bows, the arrows, the the valuable parts of their remains, and yeah, otherwise you're just left with the corpses of some creatures.
I prod that one. Suppose any of them is edible.
I mean,
I like.
I mean, it's a lot closer to like a human being
Well, I know.
than not.
I like go like with the scrunched nose of it being
Yeah,
foul.
how humanoid can something be before it's gross to eat it? I don't know. I guess for me, it's perfectly
They're
edible.
kind of foul.
Right.
Rocks fall, you die.
But we're on planes.
I mean,
These
Relos.
asteroids hit meteors
Oh
strike
no,
and
it
you
was
die.
meant to be.
Gargantuan birds fall on you. You
aliens
die.
come down, you die.
No, rocks.
Aliens.
You're right.
That's
what I'm
Rocks
saying.
fall, and
They're still quite heavy.
enormous birds come
Just
down.
drop dead outside.
Oh, someday someone's gonna die from that.
Yeah.
Don't
Or
know
at
when
least
I'm
be
gonna use
attacked
it.
by it.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
You can eat them if you
Oh,
want.
they'll be.
It seemed like you were thinking.
If only we
was
brought
making a
rations.
joke
Oh
about
wait, we did do that.
Foul. Oh, like chickens,
Yes.
because they have. I see. I'm
Yes,
gonna write
that-
that one down. You mind if I use that at some point?
I guess it's not a very good one, clearly, since you didn't get it.
Well, I mean, you didn't set it up very well.
I'm.
Don't worry, we'll work on that.
I don't think we will.
I don't think.
Did I volunteer for first watch? Or can
Um,
I go to sleep while you guys have this discussion?
You did volunteer for it, but if
Okay,
you'd
one
like
of you go to sleep then.
No, I do
you go to sleep. I command you to sleep.
I resist.
You resist nothing. Merely a suggestion. But I suggest
It
you-
was a wisdom
Yeah.
save.
Um,
Oh man.
Fine, I'll watch with Fabian.
I cast Bane on
Why would you do
On
that?
Ramos, I cast Bane on all of you.
I drop my longbow, pull out my machetes.
to no crits. I'm sleeping.
Oh, you went to sleep?
I'm sleeping.
I like go to lay down and I look over and you're
Yeah.
asleep.
I like the can just fall asleep immediately.
Again, I'm living my best life here.
That's that's
Heavy.
I get
inside,
it,
fall
I get
asleep
it.
Immediately.
that's Yessie. We go to bed and like 2 minutes later, and I hear her breathing change and I'm just like, she is out
How
like a
dare
light.
you.
Right, I'm just like, guess I'll
Jealous.
roll over for the next 40 minutes.
No.
Hope for the best.
Yeah.
Fabian, though,
Well-
he's got it locked up. Just
Fabian.
Dude knows how to relax. Good thing he doesn't have any stress or baggage or
Exactly.
crazy stuff that has ever happened in his
Nothing.
life.
Dude has nothing to worry about.
True.
Well, I'll go to bed too.
You guys.
Well,
Guess
it's us.
Guys, go to
Yes.
sleep.
Yes,
We can talk about watches. Night.
Said he take the first one.
He
Hey,
did
don't
say-
give me that, Mr. Snowring
He
already.
did. I was asleep. I don't have to be part of this conversation.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Fabian and Rallis go to sleep in their tents.
Oh
You-
yeah,
you
we
have
have
tents?
tents.
Oh my gosh.
Did we buy one or two?
Two.
That's crazy.
We're wild.
Your horses got a little
Dominate-
scared when the
we
harpies were
splurged.
attacking, and then you go and gather them up after the harpies are dead and everything is okay.
Glue stick.
Oh god.
Um,
Mine was a bowstring.
Elmer.
Elmer, glue
great
stick,
name.
bow, and arrow.
Arrow.
Love it. Okay, so you guys need to write down what they look like for me in the future, so I can know.
I don't remember.
Mine
I'll
was-
watch the VOD.
Mine was all white with a pink nose.
Mm.
Just like a
That's
glue
not
stick.
what you said the last
That's
time.
definitely not what I said.
It's
Oh, I said mine looks like me.
No, we.
that I do
Yeah.
remember.
Dang it! I'll go back.
I was like, I don't think I can.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the live reveal of what our descriptions are.
It's us watching our old session to see how we're describing
See, I
it.
told you,
Uh-huh.
all white with a pink nose.
One of yours looked like a cow.
Yes.
Yeah, mine. Elmer.
Yeah.
Well, and somebody was like, mine looks like the opposite of that.
That was you were the opposite of me.
No, mine looks like me.
Right.
Mine is black with a white spot on his head.
Exactly. Mine was like white with a black. We'll figure. Anyway, the horses.
The
are
important
returned.
nighttime issues of what the horses look like in the dark
Exactly.
is they look like dark horses.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, you eventually coax them back to your campsite, and you basically. How do you tether a horse when you don't have something to tie it to?
You
Tie it
would,
around my
Stake
waist.
it.
you would stake
Yeah,
to the
stake.
ground, yeah,
Okay.
and you would tie it off. On
Yeah, like I said, steak.
Tied to Fabian's ankle.
Oh,
Fine.
that's a
Seems like a
potentially
heavy
deadly
sleeper.
prank, but I
We're
love it.
fine. It's fine. We'll tie it to the tent.
I'm pretty sure that's how they killed people in the Wild West.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
That is one way.
It's yeah.
The
You guys ever heard of
origin of
keel
road rash.
hauling?
Yeah, it's not great.
yeah.
Keel hauling, my dude. Keel hauling.
We will stake
Bad
them to
news.
the ground. With,
Okay,
with a
guys.
stake.
Oh my God, these poor horses are being staked to the ground.
Yep.
Oh man.
How are we
Okay.
gonna ride them tomorrow?
Well, we have to make sure they weren't vampires, okay?
It's the horseshoes.
Glue stick.
Yeah, that's the horseshoes.
Okay, so the two of you retire for the night. you guys doing anything on your shift, or shall we just roll some checks and proceed with the evening? Well, either way, roll the checks. Roll some perception checks for me.
Oh! Look at that. Oh man, that's so many numbers. 22!
13.
High value.
All right.
I start watching less than 10 minutes from after the combat.
That's what I was about to
Let
say.
it be known.
I was about to say. It's a good thing you fell asleep so fast.
Yeah, like the stage for
Gone.
the record.
Hey, you guys
started
could be up
watching.
for me to start looking around.
Nope. I have to be asleep.
He already passed out. He
Mechanically, that's
said
how
it.
it
I'm probably
works.
still awake.
Yeah.
He fell asleep immediately.
I didn't even get in the tent. I just laid on the ground.
She's like, move it, alright.
I didn't even get in the
Grab him by
tent.
one horn and pull him in.
Just pull a harpy wing over you.
Right. It's fine.
Some tauntaun style.
Big time.
But yeah, first watch begins and quiet
Yes, I'm
overtakes
so
the campsite.
Absolutely.
Definitely keep an eye on the sky. A little more than usual. But I guess tonight's the night we find out if Rallis and Fabian can be trusted to keep a watch while we're sleeping.
Well, I've never had two things attack in one night, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
Pretty sure the laws of the universe forbid it.
Yes, don't mind Kevin. Yeah.
Alright.
Now this giant eagle's gonna come and fuck you up.
Alright, you son of a bitch.
So if we're in a tent, it doesn't know we're here.
Real cheeky kid until the rock falls on your tent.
There's just some great little man at a
Let's-
bar.
let's
We
make
fought
sure-
off a dragon and then a bat attacked us.
Let's make
We
sure.
didn't see
We
it
had
coming.
used all of our spells. We couldn't
We
hit it.
fought off a dragon and then an angry sparrow.
Let it be
just
known,
got
just in
knocked over.
case, I held back a grasping arrow, because I thought
It's
maybe...
true. It's
And
true.
I set up our tent one rock's length away from theirs.
The one full rock wingspan away.
the diameter of fireball that much further.
Just in
Oh,
case.
man.
Not a stone.
I'm
a rock.
I'm sure they'll do all right.
I'm not too worried. It's just we've avoided it so far. That's all.
I just hope that it'll be all right that I let him know about Adeline.
You're worried that
I don't know. I just don't much like bringing you tough.
I know, but that's two more people that know who to look for at the same time. Just sort of double the odds in a sense.
Well, improved him anyway.
Well, whatever the odds. Yes, but doubling is improving them. I don't understand the semantic difference.
Doubling implies that they are doing just as good at finding her as we are. It was.
Hasn't found her yet.
But
Not doing a very good job.
I suppose it also
Doubling zero is not very good.
Do you think you get sneak attack against sleeping individuals?
Want to find out?
Kind of. I stand threateningly next to Rallos.
Don't worry, he's a helpless target
I
right now.
proposed.
I was gonna say I slide a ring on his finger. We are engaged. Stab. It is particularly effective.
Since we don't know if she's on a ship or if she's just changed towns or if she's in trouble. As long as we trust them enough not to make things worse, it can only help the odds. And I trust them at least that much, I think.
I'm just. Yeah. It's just a lot to trust others with.
Yeah, well, that I can
They've-
understand.
They've been helpful so far, though.
Well,
What about Rahenna? Does she seem? She's a she, right? Do deities
yes.
have gender?
I think most of them do.
Okay.
Rahenna certainly does.
Is she happy with what you've been doing?
Well, unfortunately, I don't talk to her every night. But as far as I can tell, I'm on at least some semblance of the right path, as she's still blessing me with her powers. I'm still able to channel her light. In a sense.
It's good at least.
Maybe if
How did you end up finding her?
well, it's a bit of a long story, but
Guys, come on.
I met a man who, well, he sort of found me, and at the time I sort of needed a bit of guidance in my life, and he showed me how to follow her, and more than that, how to fight and how to not get hit, except that didn't work too well last night.
You should have finished those lessons.
Well, right now I'm out here trying to prove that I can be on my own, so he at least deemed me worthy enough to do that much. And how well I do out here, we'll see how much further I can go in my sort of studies and my devotion, even. But if it makes you feel any better, I don't know where my family is either.
That doesn't really.
Well, then perhaps it's just a bit of a frustration, a shared frustration of knowing exactly where they are.
Do you intend to look for them?
I have already started, but I don't know where to start. I looked around in town while I was there, but there weren't really any clues that I could find.
Did they become pirates? Maybe we just.
They might
maybe
have.
They're just all together.
They may have, but knowing them, they've probably taken up some semblance of a normal life somewhere else. I just don't know where that somewhere else might be.
Did they leave while you were off?
Yes, while I was not around. And when I came back, they were already gone. And we didn't get a chance to discuss where they might be going. I tried to see if they left some note for me or some secret message, but I didn't find anything. And from what I was able to gather, they didn't leave. No, they weren't like murdered or like captured and taken out of town or something. But still, I don't know how I'm going to find them. Not much of a clue. So every city, every place we go, I try and keep an eye out, but in a place even like Iridor, it's too big for me to find and search everywhere. Makes things difficult.
Well, while we're going, we can keep our ears to the doors, as it were.
So it's just eavesdropping, you're saying?
Yeah, just doing whatever we can to find out information. Isn't that the local expression?
I think it's local to one particular city, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
But, yeah, I mean, that's sort of been my plan.
Back home, we would say ears to the ground, because that's where most of them sort of hole up.
Back home, ears to the ground, they hold up.
Back where I'm originally from.
Oh, I see.
More herring on there. More into burrowing.
Oh, I see, okay. Well, I assume they all sort of.
But it doesn't make sense when you live in buildings, right? Why would you keep your
Right,
ear to the ground when everyone's in a building? You put your ear to a door.
You're the only one I know, so I just assumed that they all lived in buildings. And
Right. No, it's sort of under
right. I mean,
hills underground.
it does make sense if you're burrowing, right? Are you fucking with me? Do they? Never mind. Christine just it's still unsure, but is not going to demonstrate. There we go. Nope, that's not it either. I have too much. This dock's too big. There we go.
Stefan, thorough backstory? I don't believe it.
Dang it! Why did I switch in here? But
Alright.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't have anything else. I was just stalling.
Well, the rest of your watch goes uneventfully. No more notable flapping of wings. The occasional bug comes out of nowhere.
I feel like at one point there's like a bird that like spooks me just enough that I shoot it out of the sky.
Scare the shit out of me. They're back! They're back! Oh.
Foul.
Waterfowl. But aside from the incident with the bird, the remainder of your watch goes uneventfully. At some point, still dark out, sun's just barely thinking about. That'd be too early for that. Eventually, you are awoken to take your own watch.
We're gonna be up for like the next 20 hours.
What? You act like we haven't done this before. We traveled just the two of us.
Right. No, I understand.
This is way better.
It's so much better.
This is immeasurable.
I'm still, no matter what reality, I'm just not a morning person.
Well, good thing it's still night.
It's true. But did you see anything?
It seemed pretty clear. There was a flying creature that.
I got to baby harpy.
Well done. They send those.
It's literally just some random, relatively small bird.
It's carrying a note addressed
it's
from
probably like
Ralos. It's weird.
Ravens.
addressed from Relos.
Wow. What does it say?
I can't. It's illegible. I can't read it.
The arrow
Not a
went through
very
it.
good letter.
Your penmanship has been slipping.
It's a letter.
The arrow actually went through.
the back,
the
it's a
wall,
note.
that parchment
We
just
just
got
got
the
a
whole thing up.
Wonder
All
who
that
it's
was left
from.
was Ralos' signature at the bottom.
All right. Well, gents, give me some
Oh, yeah, that's right.
perception checks.
Give it to me. Big money.
That was a lame roll.
Yikes.
And it did end up being lame. 7.
9.
Man, you guys are really sleepy.
Am I being detained?
I'm gonna stick with the same of me just not actually putting much effort into the looking and kind of just vibing.
Yeah. Yeah, Corinne's story is a bit unsettling.
I was going to ask you about that. Any thoughts?
Especially
in that area.
I'm sure there are some. If we're looking for a ship, I'm sure there's people I can talk to, but finding a way in will be challenging. I'm sure my contacts are not as readily accessible as when I left them. Sometime
What
ago.
if I approach them and say then I could give them some information on where you've been? Wait, do they think? I don't remember. Do they think you're dead
They people
or just missing?
they think I'm dead, but the ones in this town, I don't know if they'll. I'm sure word's gotten around of my death, but if you say that you saw me, people would certainly be interested about that.
I would rather not fan the flames of spreading
Right.
that rumor if we can avoid it.
we'll see. I mean, I should be able to talk my way out of a couple situations. I've got makeup for just this occasion to change things up just enough. But no, it's if this turns out to be any kind of kidnapping, we're gonna have to take a detour. This one's gonna be personal. I don't know. It's.
Think you could find her?
I'm gonna do everything I can to help. Even if it's not directly related. Just seeing the pain of somebody lost is unfortunately refreshing in the worst way. But
So
it's emotions. I know it's this whole thing.
it's not emotions. It's
It's-
kind of just the empathy thing.
It's a wild ride.
Listen, if you took better care of your people, it wouldn't be an issue. Where I'm from, this is not an issue.
Uh-huh.
I know, that's a bit of a sore spot. I'm here to help, even if I will occasionally make you feel bad about it.
It's alright, I know you don't. You've never meant poorly, and I appreciate that. There's a lot of wisdom in speaking with candor.
I've been around a lot of conversations that are a lot of wasted words. Sometimes I have had an interesting mixed bag of very well thought out and well planned arguments and discussions, which work very, very well when executed correctly. And I've also been exposed to sort of firing from the hip.
By who?
let's just say some unorthodox practices are rather effective at very unexpected times.
Absolutely.
So sometimes the candor is required.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember the truths behind a lot of things. But yeah, this is I don't know. It shook me a little bit just her describing what happened. It's a story I've heard too many times.
I imagine so. And I imagine in many of those you couldn't do anything about it. Or you could have, but chose not to.
I'll take the outs that
Yeah.
it would not have been possible to do much about it, but that was then and this is now. Maybe one time to get it right.
Well, if she's half as capable as Kurin, she's probably holding out at least
That's my guess.
time.
I'll shake a few lines when we get to Delima and maybe get a word in on the ship, see if anyone's heard anything of a pirate captain. I don't even know, but something about a rabbit. We'll figure it out.
Kier is fun.
I agree. Seems like there's a lot to uncover there over time, but
No. I mean, I'd love to help. Kurin's very, well, helping is good.
Yeah.
I don't know
Like,
that I
there-
necessarily love to help.
it's
I don't know that I'm one for. I've become much more one for pro bono work lately, based off of my time with you.
sometimes
It seems somewhat rewarding.
we get paid in exposure occasionally.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels like a sham.
But the
You just have to network.
the
God damn.
I haven't been much exposed to those whose powers come from deities and the like.
They're not.
I mean, I've been exposed to some.
No, sure, but
Kira's a fascinating case.
agreed. He seems very, I don't know, both confident in who he's following, but unsure if he's following correctly. I suppose maybe not unsure, but
No.
concerned with following correctly.
I like that he does it differently than the book.
Agreed.
It's so much more exciting.
It's definitely
I don't know what to expect.
change of pace. It's very, it's a very physical interpretation. I haven't met many. Have I met other Rahenna? Are most paladin, whatever you are, Rahennas?
Followers.
Yeah. Do they go around enacting justice with sword?
Sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, this seems pretty on the nose.
No, it's not. It's justice and vengeance. Sometimes there's a sword involved, sometimes not.
Yeah. It's uncommon. But it's very cool that, I don't know, he's helping, genuinely seeming to help a friend with, for what I can tell, and I know this is going to sound sarcastic, but I mean it very seriously, no ulterior gain. I'm sure that he's got some vested interest. It seems like he was friends with Corinne's daughter, and maybe that's enough. But it's just nice to see people helping out of the goodness of their hearts or the justification of their faith.
Well, I can certainly relate to the objective of looking after your people,
For sure.
taking care of them.
Certainly. We'll have to go visit that town sometime.
What time?
The one they're from. Seems interesting. Lots of underground houses.
No. That's not. I don't think you're understanding correctly.
Maybe.
They're from a different town.
They're from different towns than each other.
No. They are from the same town.
Right.
Okay.
But that
Sleep for
doesn't
this?
mean that they were born in the same town. I don't know where you're from. I say, they weren't necessarily born in that same
Right.
town.
Oh,
They're very well-traveled
I
people.
see.
They
Yes.
might not be from the same place.
They must be. That's all people traveling in pairs.
How many towns have you been to where people live in holes?
Are you
very
two from the
few.
same town?
No.
No. But everyone other than us that
We're
travels
in
together.
sleep talking.
Who are you talking to?
I don't think I said that in Corin's voice.
But neither did I.
He's very. I agree. Kier is. We've lucked into some very fun traveling companions.
I'm enjoying myself. Also, worth noting
Yes.
that if we do go back to Iridor
Mm-hmm.
in this thread of finding Kurin's daughter takes us back there at some point, found out we might have some level of connection within the city.
I mean, just from seeing me interact with people.
No,
Oh.
not at all. Much better than whatever you were.
My reputation is rising.
Listen, if I know somebody, it's actually like
Oh, you know someone.
I.
Who do you know in Iridor?
Well,
You didn't even know what this meant.
just because I haven't been there doesn't mean I don't know a person that happens to be in the city.
I'll know.
If you were in the city and I was not there,
You'd know that you'd know me. I see.
is that not profound?
That's true. So there's someone from your hometown that's there?
Not necessarily, but somebody that I know. Yes, they're from my hometown.
Okay.
I didn't realize they were there.
That's quite an interesting development. Not many people travel.
What?
Not many people.
Says the group of 4 traveling people.
Yeah, I felt like looking around.
Not many people
Was,
travel.
was she? Were they? An innkeeper? You know, I guess we'll find out if we go back. I don't know who this person is.
It'll
But-
be all right.
That's I'm I am extreme. That sounds. I'd love to meet someone.
It's only important if we go back. Otherwise, it's irrelevant.
I have a feeling that just for the name alone, we'll be back in that town. At some point, we will return to Irador.
We will dry up the well of puns and we must head back to refresh the original joke.
After we haven't, we won't say the name for a certain number of days, and we'll need to have an excuse to say it again.
That's what I agree. It's I've got it written down. It's going to be fantastic. But it's been a. I mean, I'm collecting a story of our group. It's taking shape. Don't get me wrong, but it's been a few days since there's been any new stories to come up. Looking forward to this next
We
point.
literally fought the thing in the sewers like a day and a half ago.
It's been like 6 hours since something interesting happened. Where's the drama?
What? We just fought 3 harpies.
I mean, that's
Was
that
it
happens.
interesting?
You know, that happens out here.
We've well,
Sorry, for some reason, time is strange. I don't like.
that's very clear.
Time is a
given that
weird
we've
soup.
known these people for about 14 days. But
Right. Feels like a lifetime.
Feels like it's been almost 5 months. This
Crazy.
is incredible.
But no,
4 months.
I'm very
In some ways,
interested.
and in other ways, it feels like it's been 24 hours total.
I know we talked about keeping a low profile in Port de Lima, but I have a feeling that if the thread of Koonstar begins to pull us in, that I'll end up being willing to risk a little bit more publicity to find things out.
I'm fine with shutting anybody up that finds out that you're alive. I don't really care.
You think they'll be alright with
Listen, if I know anything about... A mother doesn't leave to find their child unless they are willing to go pretty far distances to do so. Both in the,
more
yeah.
The ultimate twist.
Literal
Kurin wants Adeline dead. I am hunting her down.
Well, all the more reason that she
Exactly.
will kill whoever's... But
I know.
regardless,
I
and
am
know-
your mother.
I know that Kier is not. He's not afraid to mete out justice.
Yeah.
So if it's in the scope of finding his daughter,
I feel like if things come out,
I have a daughter?
Kier and I are gonna end up being on a similar
Aren't you
page.
her mother?
But
Are
I
you
just
not also a handgun?
we know that they're bad, but it's gonna look like
You've caught on.
a bit of murder in cold
I've
blood.
never taken it off.
well, it's not murder in cold blood if it's you.
True.
It's just
Just
murder
murder.
if it's me,
Right.
which is fine.
I think they'll be okay with it.
I've never met anyone who was okay with. Oh, you mean them?
Them.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the people we were going to murder.
Oh no, no, they're gonna be very upset to not.
I was going
I have a feeling they're gonna. Some will beg, some will fight, some will just die.
Some will run.
Some.
Well, I'm glad that you're very candid about cutting down your family. That's. I mean, that
It's-
takes a load off of my. There was no load on my chest. As long as I was keeping you alive, that was fine. But now I am not
Right.
going to feel bad about it if they get in our way.
No, not. There are a few that. We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Sure. There is a chasm.
There is certainly. Well, I can sense it with my. I've been
Yes.
looking out at the horizon. There's definitely one. up
I've
ahead.
I've read about this in stories. 4 adventurers to get their horses, and suddenly there's a chasm and they have no more horses.
Seems like a mechanic to slow travel.
Yeah, but
Shooting star.
I think it was. Are you wishing on anything?
No, why would I do that? I'll make it happen.
But you can wish the stars.
What are the stars
Sometimes
going to
it's
do?
just fun to wish on a star.
Isn't a mechanic's job to speed up travel?
Huh?
Mechanic?
Mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah. Helps you go
Depends who
faster.
paid them.
It's a good thing nothing's sneaking up behind us right now. Because we'd know.
Oh, I thought I made this abundantly clear.
here that I'm not keeping watch.
Oh, not at all?
No,
oh, okay. I've been pouring my heart out here, hoping that you've been, like, looking around a little bit.
No, I've been focused on our conversation. Tell me what's more interesting.
I feel so safe.
Us?
Make a pair of perception checks.
Yeah, do you want to? Let's look behind us at the exact same time. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
12.
7, 8. Sorry.
I half-heartedly look behind me.
One of the horses has farted, and it's really gross, and you smell it first.
Fartedly. Look behind you.
Anyways, see, my whole point is, this conversation is far more. There's literally nothing happening.
Nothing.
Anytime something happens,
Give me a
it will
character.
just.
We will know about it.
Yeah, I mean, it might hurt initially, but we'll know.
We'll know, and we'll be fine. We've already long rested, so like I feel like
No, that's not how this works.
You should.
That's not how this works. We have not completed.
Ah,
We've slept for a bit, but I'm still resting.
How do I-
right. I can see the wounds closing, but if something jumps down, it'll split back open.
All right,
A really angry bird flies down.
I do like how
Our
like,
watch proceeds.
Yeah.
everything that happens in D&D, we're like, no, like the realistic way it should happen is this is the best way the mechanics should work. Long rest, we're like, yeah, I sleep for 8 hours, I feel all better. What's wrong with that?
I'm fine.
You've split open your chest. Ah!
Just rub some dirt on that, you know? It's fine.
I'm basically Wolverine, thank you.
It's a good thing disease doesn't exist here, man.
You know-
Infection that'd be a problem.
It's because of the way that we like when you think about like when you get hit in a video game and something just like really hits you and you take a bunch of damage, you lose like a quarter of your life. Like, oh man, that really hurt. And it's a video game, so they're not necessarily going to be like, and now your character's bleeding a ton. But like practically speaking, when you try to imagine it in this scenario, you're like, I mean, you're probably bleeding now.
Right,
one
yeah.
would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
you know,
that turns into
I
you take
give
3 grievous wounds but don't quite die and you
Yeah.
can sleep it off. But in reality, you know, if there's some like crazy fight with these excellent rapier wielding duelists, it's gonna be like nothing really happening and then a lethal blow happens,
yeah.
right? Like it's just
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the
in
other,
it's in how we
the
narrate.
other aspect that I'm okay with in terms of D&D is like, I mean, we were talking earlier just about like, actually, in reality, humans have ridiculous regenerative like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
skills. Like you're, especially in your mouth, but like
In
things
general.
heal fast.
Yep.
And now if you apply it as a world of like magic and like adventurers
I
can
like
do
that.
nuts things, it's like okay, it kind of makes more sense.
Definitely.
And it still doesn't because there's magic.
We're
but,
just
like,
we're just all mouth.
Right.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
100%
yeah.
muscle mouth.
It's really that's why
Fresh
D&D
cut
is
grass
been-
with his fleshy tongue.
Right.
That's why D&D has always just been role playing, and they never, you know, they don't actually have
These
the
aren't
imagery
nails,
of their
they're
PCs
teeth.
because you just are your consistency is mouth all the
yeah,
time.
you're all guns.
We're all mouths and jobs.
You know,
that's what's
the
happening.
the number of times the subtitles in Stranger Things says like what is it?
Mouth
Not squishing.
noises?
No, it's
Squelching.
squelching. Squelches. That's just our walking.
Yeah.
Welcome
Took a
to
turn. Thank you. Highest viewer count of the night for Squelching.
We were at 10. We were at 10 for a little while. We're back down to 8, which
Yeah.
feels
Yeah,
pretty
we are.
reasonable given the subject matter.
All right, so you guys finish up your
Yeah,
walk.
our watch is
we're
over.
watching.
And as we finish
Hold on, this guy-
the long rest, we're gonna take a short rest, and we'll be right back. We'll
Yep.
be back in like
I'm
actually
so sorry.
8 minutes though.
Actually 8
I'm
minutes.
so sorry.
Okay, bye.
BRB.
I love you.
Time.
And we're back.
We're back.
We're back, just in time for you to say time as I press the button.
And we'll be back after a quick word from our sponsor.
Mellow Yellow Zero, please.
Yeah.
Please.
This episode would be brought to you by Mellow Yellow Zero.
If I had any.
If they knew it was good for them.
But no other Pepsi products.
But what's good for them is probably not Mellow Yellow Zero.
Right.
But it is for
Mellow
us,
Pepsi?
so they should.
I don't remember.
sponsor.
No, it's Coke.
It's
It's in the Five Guys machine,
Even better.
so it's Coke.
But isn't
We
that
would never
Dr. Pepper-
suggest it was
Dr. Pepper
from
is
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Don't worry,
no
no.
sponsored.
Unless it is from Pepsi,
Yeah.
in which case we would.
We'll say anything. Alright? Whatever you want us to say.
Won't lie. We'll say it's good for people. We'll
Right.
say it's made of broccoli but tastes like candy.
Right. It's
That's
not.
how I feel about it.
Alright.
Look, I'm drinking nameless energy drink, but I could be drinking Mellow Yellow
I
Zero.
don't think you can say it's nameless when you show it on the camera.
No, he just showed that could be
Whatever.
any 3 scratches. He could have put those there himself.
Nameless.
Yeah.
Nameless product.
Yeah,
That,
anybody.
he could have just been over there the whole
Yeah,
night.
but
he
doing
showed
this.
this thing.
Nah. he's
No,
doing
it could
that.
be any brand.
Yeah. Look at that.
No idea.
Yeah,
See?
that was a
Could be
very
any
good
mystery.
product placement for it. All right. We wake them up very.
We
very-
need to never actually get sponsored. We'll get in way too much trouble.
No,
Be
we'll be
wrong.
okay.
I knock over their tent.
I've seen Sam Regal's sponsored. We'll be
Sure.
okay.
We just have to be, the highest paid channel on Twitch. We
No,
can say
you're not
whatever
even
we
gonna
want.
be that.
Yeah.
They'll give you some.
Just
wiggle room.
guaranteed minimum, 60,000 eyes on this advertisement every Thursday without fail. That's it. That's all we got to get
That
to.
seems achievable.
People
I'm
throw
okay
money
with
at us.
less.
What
I'd
do
be
you win,
okay
Emmy?
with less if
I don't
any.
remember.
They won some award. Emmy award winning Sam Riegel, is that right?
Yeah. No, for voice directing DuckTales, the reboot.
Oh, cool.
So now, so just
Solid show. No
Be an
joke.
award
I didn't
winner.
watch that.
The original was really good.
The
I didn't know
award-winning-
they-
I've never watched the original.
In
I've
charge
only
of-
watched the new stuff, but
Yeah.
super entertaining.
Yeah.
They get
Be a Goaty winner.
David Tennant is Scrooge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
That's
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Casting for him.
All right, so totally not off topic in the slightest.
And
but-
we're back.
And we're
And
back.
we're
yeah.
back. Wait, let me mute it again real
Yeah,
quick.
exactly.
And
We're back.
it is morning. The sun is rising.
Where did that come from? Were you paying attention?
The sun. I was watching the. Oh no!
It snuck up on me.
It could come from anywhere.
Oh my god.
It's in a different place every morning. You never know which side of the world it's coming up on. Oh my god!
It's a trinary system.
Yeah, big time.
Oh dear. Okay, so it is morning. You regain all your hit points. You get your long rest. You get your hit dice back.
We fought off more harpies, but we wanted you to sleep. You didn't think you needed it?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
No, it's fine. I choose to fail.
Yeah, we'll keep a running tally.
The only new corpse in addition to the harpies is the bird you killed.
It turned into
Amphibian.
yeah.
Well, we buried the other ones and killed new ones.
Right. That's what I was saying.
I didn't.
Oh. Yeah, he made me bury him by myself.
Yeah, sure.
I believe you.
Kier, how was your sleep?
I pack up the tent.
Deal.
But great. It was great.
I have some rations. No, I just start walking.
Okay.
We're going.
Leaving the
You
horse
want your
behind.
horse? Yeah.
I'll hop on my horse, grab the reins for us, and catch up to him. Be like, I'm not sure if you were trying to.
I just needed to leave.
All right.
We have such
Going the right
You guys,
we have unrivaled group chemistry.
you kick out
Listen,
the
I
little
said that I
embers
like-
of the fire that
Yeah.
remain. Grab some rations that you eat while on your horses and get underway with the day's travels. The road it continues to bend slowly to the south. Passing not too far from the southern mountain range. But eventually throughout the day, you notice that you're leaving behind the relatively flat, grassy plains that surround Iridor, and instead they give way to a much more hilly, kind of craggy grassland. But you spend all morning. What?
Nothing.
I don't believe you.
It's super not important.
Okay. Give me a marching order.
First,
Sure.
second, third, fourth.
Sure.
Sure.
Rocks fall and you die in that order.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, we didn't spread out far enough.
4 birds
Well,
fall beak down.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter what order we die in? If all 4 of us die, I don't really care. Put me anywhere.
Well, because now I don't see anyone else die.
Right.
Well, it doesn't faze me to watch everybody else die in front of me.
Well, good.
Then this worked out well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is anyone else perturbed by this campfire just following us?
No, that's the traveling campfire. That's a story. Hang on, I'm writing that one down.
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Campfire.
I mean, it's really convenient. We want to make one when we stop for the night, but
That's a man. Pocket fire.
But no, you travel through the morning.
Hunter's floating campfire.
The sun at its peak in the sky. Visibility is a little tougher. You don't see quite as far, just given the terrain that you have entered. But now that I have your marching order, please give me a round of perception checks.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't relevant at the end of the night last night, but this is worth noting that on travel days I cast Mage Armor at the beginning of travel.
Okay.
Just worth noting.
It's insane.
Makes
being
sense.
able to see things. This is crazy.
Yeah. I'm really good at it, and I don't care
Hasn't
to.
happened yet.
Oh, this is your history check of this campaign.
It's got to be 1.
Perception, huh? Well, I've been very bad at these too, so I'm rivaling you for
19.
16.
10.
8.
Okay. So you're the first to spot it, Fabian. As you crest one of the larger, slow sloping hilltops. It's a little higher than many of the other surrounding hills, and you spot not on the trail, not straightforward, which is probably why Kurin, who's in front of your little column, didn't spot it first. But about 120 feet off of the trail, to the left, probably 120 feet off the trail and similar distance in front of you off to the side, an enormous humanoid shape lumbering across the hills.
And it's hilly terrain, like when the hobbits hid from the orc band on the path towards Mordor. Not forests around us, but hills you could potentially hide behind if you found the right spot.
Yeah.
Guys, there's Corin, what is that? I'll point it out to him and see if he knows what it is.
It's a horse eater.
See if what?
It's a walking chasm.
See if
What? That thing right there? What?
See if what knows what it is?
Corin?
What was the pronoun you used?
She.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Do I know what it is?
You see a hill giant. It
Oh.
is
Oh,
lumbering
That's
perpendicular.
So it's
It's going across
this
the
giant thing.
Yeah.
On a hill. It's a hill giant.
Oh, that Yeah, I don't know how I missed that.
To be honest, I don't know how I missed it either.
It's all right. We both are on the same page now. Do I know if these things have similar temperaments to? What do I know about hill giants?
Same.
Is history check for both of you?
I'm just going to assume it's that way.
I know nothing.
I probably know a 22 in history's worth of information.
Imagine.
Being
A
bard,
22,
not knowing
okay.
his history. Yeah.
I just really nailed those giant books.
Yeah.
Yes. Fascinating.
These are cool. Yeah. So no, you've read about giants in your studies. You know, maybe not enough to know like all their mating habits, but you know about the widely known of subspecies of giant, right? You've got your storm giants, your fire giants, frost giants.
Giants.
Very obvious, just by looking at this one, that this is a hill giant. Whereas a lot of the other giant races tend to have a bit more of a slightly more like intellectual, regal, prestige vibe to how to what you know about their cultures and their people. Hill giants are very much bottom rung in intelligence. They're more brute-ish, a little more savage like an animal because of the relative lack of intelligence. Yeah, so more like an animal than a person, I guess, or somewhere in that gray area.
Should probably try to at least get out of sight and let it pass.
That seems.
Does it look like it's walking? You said perpendicular to us.
Yeah, if you guys kept going forward, you would you would eventually cross paths.
But since it's okay, so in theory, if it didn't change direction, it would keep going eventually away from us.
Right. Are they typically hostile?
I mean, they're not exactly intelligent. Our horses especially would look like great dinner.
So as it's about 60 feet off the path, you see it stop and just lift its face up in the air.
We should get off the road. We should hide. Let's
Yeah,
get
so
off
we'll
the
go
road.
hide.
Let's,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I see. That's not where we're not gonna be able to hide from that.
So you just about facing, or what's the?
Whatever. Well, do you
Just
want
trying to get behind
Yeah,
whatever?
correct.
Yeah, so
If
cut. So I would try to find a hill that we could cut behind to sort of cut off line of sight, and then does someone have prestidigitation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could. Oh, actually, one sec. Let me see here.
I'd still want to try and keep eyesight on this thing. If we're far enough away, we can find a hill, just kind of peek my head around, look at this thing.
That's what we're doing. We're breaking line of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll try to break line of sight, and then as best I can, I would like to try to use Druidcraft. I can make an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a puff of wind, and so I would try to just sort of continually weave that to try to keep, sort of divert our
keep
scent.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Going a different direction.
so that we are
not downwind.
upwind.
Yeah.
To whatever effect that is worth.
Okay.
Huh.
All right.
Druidcraft. That's a spell. That's pretty sick.
So it's
That's so
sniffing around, and you guys. So the hill that you just crossed over is a little taller than, some of the other nearby hills. But if you basically bank right immediately and head down the hill off the road, basically off in that direction, it's it's not like, oh cool, we moved 5 feet and we're behind a hill, but you start heading downhill, trying to duck behind another one. Who's in the back of the order here? Kier. Okay.
Kier.
As you guys, are nearly having your group behind this hill, you've almost at least broken your own line of sight. A rock like bigger than your head comes sailing past, and passes just in front of you and like goes right in between you and Ralos, and it doesn't make any noise until it hits, so like your horses don't spook, but this huge rock just barely misses you, as the hill giant seems to have smelled your horses and is aware of your presence.
Brother, run, save yourself.
I will say, now, I don't think you necessarily in your past would have been likely to have traveled with caravans or anything, but just based on your professional history, it's not incredibly uncommon to encounter a hill giant in a hilly region such as this, and so caravanners, they have tactics against the more common creatures, and one of the tactics that they try and use is basically sending off a rider on horseback to sort of draw them away from the actual caravan, and then just trying to sort of like outrun it, make a big wide loop after drawing it away, and then eventually sort of rejoining the main caravan.
I draw my sword. I think if we just stay pretty far away from it, we've got a decent shot.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean,
he
but that
missed.
was-
I'm just saying we can either have one of us go out and run. We can try to all.
I
run
mean,
past
so
it.
either way, we have to go. So either way, we have to go around him very far. He's basically between where we are now and where we need to be.
Right.
So if we just make 2 half circles, one of us goes one way and the other 3 go the other way.
I like that plan.
You made yourself blurry. Are you able to make other people blurry? I know sometimes magic people can make other people do the things that they do.
I mean, sure, I could make probably a person, but the horse would still be very susceptible.
Well,
Also, I cannot make other people that way.
Also, no, doesn't matter anyway.
If we can get within 30 feet of him, I can make him up to 25% less likely to hit us with a rock. If he rolls poorly on his save again, if I can convince him to be bad.
this sounds like a. I don't know that I want to.
I'm just gonna casually cast false life on myself, just real fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I can draw.
Everything's
away.
fine. It's all fine. It's all fine.
It's gonna be okay.
Dang it. It's not bad.
11 HP.
+5.
Should one of us run interference?
I like.
Oh, it's
the idea-
D4 plus
I like
5.
the idea
So,
of
okay.
running.
D4
Distraction?
+4.
Well, in 2 pairs. I think
And
that
I
seems reasonable.
roll the
'Cause that
great
way-
out of the box and not
If
get
either
in
of
the
us gets
box.
cornered.
But I am true
We're
to
in
my
hills. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I
I'll
keep
try to be
forgetting
less
that.
pedantic with you.
No, it's okay. I need it.
When do you need it?
It's just good
Just-
reminder.
It's for writing
Um,
stories.
Relos and I can take the left side. You guys take the right. We will meet up 120 feet past it and keep riding hard until it's out of sight.
Sounds good.
Yeah, normally, so you can push horses for like up to an hour reasonably is is at least what the book says in terms of that sort of
Loose
thing.
Lake has
So
5 hours
just sprint.
My brother, the horse, is a monk and has step of the wind.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
So
bonus action.
fast fucking horse.
Boom. That's
I
2
can't wait to
horsepower.
play Frank.
Yeah.
2 horsepower. Okay. So
Make sure they don't hit.
which pair is doubling back and which pair is continuing around the current hill that you just ducked behind, I guess.
Rallis and I were gonna double. I don't know. Yeah.
Is one way like decidedly further?
Just doubling back would be a little farther.
I mean, it's not. You haven't gone super far from when you were on the top of the hill, right? You descended a hill and got behind another one. The giant, it was alerted to your presence enough to throw a rock in your direction. Reasonable to surmise, given their nature, that it's probably lumbering in this direction in a relative straight line. So
I only saw.
half circles around it,
Sure.
you'll be able to.
We'll keep going forward. You guys double back.
I only saw one. Correct.
You only saw one.
Okay. Let's do it.
You double back. There's 30 hill giants
mean-
All right,
waiting
then,
for you.
Meet back in the order. If you get cut off,
Look, I really
Meet
didn't
back
want
in
you to
the order.
leave, so there's a hill giant.
meet back
alright?
further.
There's a line of hill giants.
Right.
It's like in Pokemon when you can't get past Team
It's
Aqua.
like season
so you
4
go
of
to
Attack
Silph
on
Go
Titan.
For the submarine.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 of you
Pokemon
keep going
Sapphire
forward
reference.
around the current hill. Fabian and Ralos, you both turn your horses back and head back from whence you came, back towards the path to make the left half of the circle. Ralos and Fabian, you were the first 2 for whom the hill giant comes back into sight. And it was basically heading over in the direction of this hill.
How far away from it am I?
Probably once you come out from behind the hill, probably 100 feet away.
Okay.
I cast Chill Touch whilst we ride.
Okay.
Unless that impedes my horse's movement at all, in which case I will not.
No, the horses are going pretty much the one speed.
Are they
is the
incentivized?
horses. What would you say?
So, are they incentivized?
24 to hit Chill Touch.
24 definitely hits.
6 points of necrotic damage.
6 points of necrotic.
Distinctly important because he is a giant. He cannot regenerate hit points until the start of my next
I
turn.
think you're thinking trolls,
You right, I am thinking trolls.
but still,
But he still
potentially
can't.
robot. Maybe this
But
one.
he can.
This one. Maybe
If he-
this is a
if
hill
he
troll
just
giant.
If he thought about pulling a
It's
potion
fine.
out of his bag,
It's this giant like
He's
flask
like-
bigger than you.
It's like it's a fruit gusher for him. I
got
will
it.
cast Vicious Mockery when I get within 60 feet of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was gonna.
if.
Fair. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, the normal circle you'd be aiming for. I don't think you'd really.
Yeah, we're not
would-
trying.
I'm not going to get closer.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If he is within 60 feet, I will cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Duly noted. The horse's standard speed is 60, I think.
I believe so.
Let me
yeah.
find out.
Sounds
As we go, I will point across the field and just yell, "Oh my gosh, look at that over there!" and try to distract the giant.
Well, he's looking at us,
No.
towards us, right?
Hold on, I've got a war.
Fabian's just
Speed
pointing at
60
us.
feet.
Look at them.
Okay.
I still have
Point at the
Nero's
top
horse.
Okay. I was like, it's not a warhorse, but yeah, it's the same speed. Okay. So no. So
It
the
is
the
now.
horses.
A war
You know,
horse would be
when you
slower.
get the horses up to a full gallop, they are
truck.
solidly faster than the giant demon at the giant's top speed.
That guy's not faster than a horse. Look at him.
Correct. Exactly.
Let me rephrase. That guy's not faster than a horse. Look at him.
But no, as you start your big arc around, before you get to the next hill where you could break line of sight, he is going to hurl one more rock the size of your head in your direction.
Yikers.
let's go with
have a
Rallo's
chance
pick
cube.
odds or evens.
I have a chance cube.
Sure, roll it. I'll be blue.
I'll be red.
You won't be red?
I'll be red.
That's what I thought.
That's true.
Here's a
That
chance
is
cube.
more on, 'cause-
You're red.
Yep.
All right.
Well, you're a tiefling.
It is blue.
Okay.
I cast counter rock. My own rock comes from the sky to intercept the boulder.
It's an attack roll.
Yes. Well,
It
in
is an
Forgotten
attack
Realms,
roll.
it is.
It is at disadvantage because it is further than 60 feet away from you right now.
That makes our ability to deal with this diminished as well.
Does a 12 hit Fabian?
Does it hit my horse?
That's the
No,
real.
I'm throwing at you.
Oh, yeah. No, it does not hit me.
I'm not dealing with horse AC.
Horse mechanics.
Yeah. Well, and he was aiming at the
Horse-
rider, not the
veterinarians.
horse.
Yeah.
Again, this time, well, actually, I guess the other one was also behind you. I'm just imagining you're just slightly ahead of Fabian. And another enormous boulder
If this
zooms right past through between you.
That's.
And
I just.
and just barely misses Fabian. But you keep your pace, and by the time he is able to pull out another rock, you are able to get behind another hill.
If I have another chance, I will just fire another.
Fair. Given your relative speeds,
Totally.
no. Just given your relative speeds and 5 intelligence doesn't lend itself to great pursuit angles.
Yeah.
Having avoided that rock, the two of you are able to outrace it, outmaneuver it, like staying well out of its range at this point. And with this full speed gallop that you're all going at, probably literally a minute later, you've both completed a wide arc around a few nearby hills and meet back up on the path with this hill giant like 300 or more feet behind you.
He's only 300 more feet. That's still within.
Well, that's more than 300 feet behind
290
you.
feet,
But it doesn't even know that you're behind it at this point, right? Like it was trying to like follow you behind the hill because it's.
I'm just wondering if it's in range of his bow.
This is straight.
This is.
It's in range of my heavy crossbow at a disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Same.
blind fire it. It's only a disadvantage.
Just like the
With-
cruelest,
with-
like,
with
oh, we're
almost-
faster than you. Pow, pow, pow.
With almost complete
I just
cover.
imagine
at
like an
disadvantage.
encounter run by a DM like that. Like I run 40 feet faster than you, and then I shoot at max range and keep running. Like, oh my gosh!
I mean, look, the hill giant's only got to hit one awkward second range increment disadvantage rock, and somebody's going down. So
accurate.
Fortunately not.
yeah. Okay. But you successfully leave the hill giant in your dust.
Yep.
And the rest of this day goes by pretty uneventfully.
How does anyone travel by anything other than sea? Did we run into this many?
We just
Feels like we didn't
listen
run into any.
for one. We traveled from Darkhold to Iridor and made it safely. We have now traveled successfully for 2 days in a row and are still alive. So many people travel like this.
This is quite.
Listen, you would think that I was the one who has traveled before.
Look, this is a bit
It was just a giant.
just.
I mean, that was my first hill giant I've ever seen.
just
so
a
that
big-
was kind of
Same.
interesting.
This
Just
is
a big thing.
A different story if we were
Just
on
go
foot.
faster.
That rock would have absolutely massacred us.
yeah.
Well,
that
yeah,
thing
sure.
went right
Lots of
by
things
my
will
head.
kill you if it hits you. It didn't hit you, did it? It threw twice. Missed you both times.
Well, it missed him once and then it missed him the other time.
Yeah.
Might have hit me.
Incoming.
Let's just see. I just want to see if I would have killed you. Probably not in one hit.
Unconscious. for
Depends
sure.
on who you're hitting.
That's true. No,
Might
that's
go
true.
big
If it
one
hits
day.
you, you probably just die.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
for
it.
sure.
That's a Demogorgon foot right there. That's what that is.
This seemed very worried. It was just, I mean, it threw a big rock.
You can't. I'm not used to fighting things you can't reason
We
with.
didn't fight. We just ran past it.
It tried
We
to fight
fought
us.
harpies last night. We couldn't reason with them.
We could have. They can talk.
You didn't even sing back with them.
We also.
They were probably just
we
trying
also-
to sing songs with
We
us.
fought that beast in the sewer. You
He,
didn't try and
we
talk
also
to it.
we could have. We didn't
Well,
try.
you
We
didn't.
just wanted to kill him.
But you're the one that ran into the room first.
Look, I thought we were all going into the room, and
Were
then
you
I
trying
went
to
in
have
there.
a conversation with it?
How are you talking with us at full gallop right now?
My horse is running. I'm not.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's
I'm
walking at this
assuming
point,
that
but
you
it's
guys
loud.
like booked it for another like 20 to 30 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we're like, okay, we've probably put enough distance between ourselves.
Every so often we just hear.
Oh, time to gallop again. Like the really angry wood demon from the Warded Man that follows him across the world. And
It follows.
great book series, by the way. Warded Man, very fun.
Alright.
There's something about facing down someone that has to like look you in the eye and acknowledge you as a person that is feels like you'll be able to find a way out. With that thing, it doesn't look like it was thinking much.
If you're gonna face things down, you shouldn't look them in the eye. You need to sneak up behind them.
Does seem to work
I
better.
feel like you're pretty good at that too.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
I'm the one that kind of will slash somebody while staring them in the eyes. But it's kind
Yeah.
of just that's how I've learned to do that.
my brother was more like that. He used to look people in the eye, but you pick up a few things from your old man. That was one of them.
You're gonna have to cut down your brother.
I hope not.
For him or for us?
For I would not. Well, that's complicated. There are two of them. One is less sad to see gone than the other.
Do you not like your brothers or your whole family?
I like
Hard question.
yeah. There that's a bit
More on that later.
yeah, I don't like one of my brothers very much. We've had disagreements growing up. He takes advantage of people. I'm not a big fan.
Family included.
Actually, not really.
Silver lining.
Yeah, it's mostly by choice. The other brother, he's done some things, but his is a bit more straightforward. You know, my older brother, he's not my favorite. We never quite saw eye to eye, and I think that
Oh, he's taller than you.
no, I'm much taller than him and more athletic.
And more
Make an
attractive.
insight
Much more
check.
handsome. He's kind of sickly.
Make a deception check.
No, I'm taller than him. For sure taller than him.
Nah, I'm just kidding. If you actually are, that's fine.
27.
I made assumptions about the things that you wrote for me. I believe you. I believe that you were tall. When he shows up, you won't be, but like.
Right.
You've grown, brother.
You've grown, older brother.
As I look down at him,
Your 40s were very kind to you.
he never quite saw. We had different ambitions, but that's kind of the whole family. They have a way they like to do things, and they collect rocks very differently than I collect rocks. It's a
The-
whole.
Was it the ambitions that caused you not to see eye to eye, or was it the way that he sought those ambitions? Or both?
Yeah, I suppose it's more the way he went about it. And he's a very wealthy man. But
Interesting.
yeah, he
Would I know who it was if You told me.
I doubt it. He keeps a. He's known to a few, but he does. I don't think he makes a huge name for himself. I'd be surprised if you knew.
His brother.
Oh, okay.
I'd be very surprised. It's a specific industry, rock collecting.
Well, it just sounds like you've got the brother who gets away with things that he shouldn't.
Yeah, I've got a lot of that in the family. They're all fairly wealthy.
Well, it's a good thing you're dead.
Exactly. It's a lot easier to kill when you're a ghost. I just pick up knives and drop them all. That's
The rocks.
yeah.
You said ghost, not poltergeist.
So yeah, more. Hopefully, we won't be running into them. Potentially ever. That would be ideal.
Probably in a day or two.
I don't know. We're making pretty solid time so far. I think we'll get off this road.
Also, I don't imagine if your brother is such a hotshot, he'd be traveling with just some shipment.
Yeah, we won't meet any of my.
Immediate family.
Yeah, we won't be seeing any of them. I'd be very surprised to see any of them.
Lovely.
Avoiding more giants, though. That the plan going forward.
Hopefully there's no more to avoid.
Agreed.
But yes.
Avoid them at any cost.
Well,
Well,
I mean, at any cost.
yeah.
It didn't do anything.
It really tried.
I tried twice.
It was like right here. My horn is scuffed.
Is it?
Yeah, I think.
Prestidigitation. I'll polish it all.
Shing!
It's fine.
Sparkle, sparkle.
I don't think it looks.
It was very frightening.
Sure.
Can't you tell he's terrified?
Sure.
I mean, it's fine. We've ridden for like an hour. My heart rate has returned to normal.
He's terrified.
It's just that's a big
You
creature.
look very scared.
I'm not sure exactly how we would approach fighting something that big.
I'd be very surprised to see any of them. So it's a 50-50.
It's sort of.
It's either
I
a
mean,
hot
either
dog
we
or it's
see
not.
it or we don't. Yeah, really.
It's sort of like fighting smaller things.
Just bigger.
You just throw the sharp stuff at it
Yeah.
until it stops moving.
I see. I haven't heard stories about giants. I rolled a 1. Never mind.
I'm sure you
Jordan knows.
They
I'm
heard of
sure
giants.
heard
You
of
just
giants.
don't know.
Jordan
some of the
knows
stuff.
a lot about giants in the Forgotten
You
Realms.
probably know. You know, like fictional, like sensational storybook stories about giants.
Yeah.
But you don't know about giants.
Right. Yeah.
You have
I'm
a-
on the road again.
You have a bow and arrow, right?
Yeah, no, I do.
Country
Arrows
roads.
at it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it clearly can throw rocks.
Sure.
That doesn't like frighten you at all. Like
It
if
throws rocks. It doesn't hit you with the rocks. It
It
hasn't.
just throws them nearby.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
Just wait till it starts crumbling the rock first.
Right.
They just throw warning signs.
You guys. I mean,
I mean, I'm with you on this one,
Yeah.
Fabian.
this is like.
I'm not looking to go fight a
It
giant.
sounds like you're confident we could kill one, which is crazy.
If we had to.
I mean,
What, do you want to go back and kill it? I'm not going to.
no. I am
I've
saying the
entertained-
opposite.
I've entertained
Can I
far
get
too many
these?
things.
Can I have these back? Just gonna put them back.
I've entertained
While we're
far too many
debating
of
whether
your-
we're gonna attack some giants or not.
Harebrained
of your
schemes.
schemes lately. I don't want to go fight
No,
another
we're not fighting
ridiculous
that thing.
creature right now.
No, we are pushing on. I'm sure we'll see it tonight.
Guys, they can smell the ocean. It's crazy.
What? 3 days from now?
Okay, we
We
continue.
continue along the path.
So yeah, this day of travel comes to its conclusion with no further incidents. Here again, there's no real forest to go in, camp in or hide under. But assuming you would prefer to camp a little bit off the main road, all of a couple 100 feet off, you can stake the horses through the heart behind a large enough hill that
Stay.
that if
sure
nobody
they won't go
knew to be
anywhere.
looking for you and your group, there'd be no reason to go looking there unless they knew to.
Sure.
But I guess who's gonna take first watch tonight?
Are we doing that thing where we look for a spot to camp with survival or no? Is that is that your campaign?
I've been doing that.
No, okay, never mind. I was confused.
Here, there's you find a hill large enough that you sort of tuck yourselves behind, and it's trivial enough that I'm not even gonna make Kurin roll for it.
Gotcha. It's the first watch.
We could probably take it tonight.
I suppose you guys took it last night.
Yes, but also you've been up the longest already.
No reason to stop now.
No reason to stop now.
It's fine. We handled it last.
Yeah,
We
nothing.
handled it
We
last
watched.
night. We'll handle it tonight.
Nothing came by.
It's true.
We except the harpies that we killed.
There was one shooting star that Fabian wished.
I did wish on it.
I think he sang a song. Do you hear it? Did it wake you up?
No.
I'm glad. It
Didn't
was
hear
a rough
anything.
draft.
Look forward to hearing it in its final version. Alright, then I guess set up a tent.
You two are keeping first watch.
Sure.
Yeah, I believe
Alright.
so. You don't trust us? Nothing has happened on any of our watches so far. I can prove it. I've been writing them down.
It's really
Okay,
enthralling. It says, nothing happened.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
Watch was so
I'm sure you're just fine.
Go to sleep. It'll be fine.
I was about to, and then you got very upset.
He
You
was very
insult-
defensive.
Yeah.
So.
Good night. Don't you trust me?
Whoa, where's this come
You can
from?
go into my tent and.
I mean, you're
fall
worried
asleep.
about me watching when I can just stab you in your sleep? Just go to sleep.
Sleep check. Yeah, sleep
If I wanted to stab you in your sleep, I'd have done it last night. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
were already wounded. Then it would have been easier.
I go to sleep.
Now we're close to the next
Don't
city,
worry,
so
I
if
got-
less
I got us.
distance to
Oh,
travel.
God.
Curious.
It's true.
Alright.
17.
Staying on theme. 7.
Okay.
Once again, Relis is just looking around, not actually watching.
All right. So your watch comes and goes very quietly.
That Kieran.
Man,
Man, that dude.
You see him riding a horse?
so fast. I want. Oh my goodness.
My ears are burning for some reason.
Yeah.
Kier, you wake up. Your ears feel oddly warm for no particular reason.
Kier, go to sleep.
But you, but you,
wake up, your ears go.
We're doing an experiment.
What
the fuck,
What were
guys?
you doing in their tent? Blowing on Kier's ears?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
your hand is like in a bowl of water or something.
I told you it wasn't going to work.
God.
But no, go ahead and give me the perception checks for second watch. Unless there was anything in particular.
No.
No,
I didn't think it'd be drastically
We
different
covered
than
it.
last night's
Man,
conversation.
hey, what about giants though?
Yo, that
20.
giant though.
20?
19.
Gotcha.
Nice.
You did get me. What's those carrots?
Watch carefully.
Your watch is also quiet. Just before daybreak, you do hear some, I don't know, some like flapping overhead, some small noises, but when you focus on it, it's probably just a small flock of birds not too far off. You promptly murder all of them. Murder all of the crows.
Murder of crows.
And then it was a murdered of crows.
It was a flock of crows, now it's a murder of
Do you think
crows.
there's a name for a flock of harpies, or is it just a flock?
I think it's a murder. After we get done with them.
I think it's a choir.
I like
It's
that.
I like that one.
harpy.
But
Mm.
the sun rises.
Already?
A harpy of harpies?
Harpy of
A quartet.
Harp of harpies?
Harper Shop Quartet.
Harpies.
Harpies nuts.
Harpies nuts.
Real stretch there, my friend.
The sun rises. It is a new day of your
Hey,
journey.
look, it rose in the east.
Guys, I had a great idea for a joke.
It was a weird dream, but here we are.
I had a dream about a very intelligent goblin.
Where did the sun rise today? Did you mark it?
Yes, right
Right over there.
it
Was it the same as yesterday?
was.
Dang, that's it's.
A fraction of a degree to one side.
I didn't know that.
The sun rises and a rock falls on Fabian.
I didn't know that you knew mathematics.
Says,
I must be in a stable era.
You're right.
It's really.
But only for
Is that
now.
is that when everything alive is a
Only
horse?
for now.
Stable era.
Well, that's the only time you can get
See,
horses.
that was much better.
Thank you. That was
much,
the
much
one I
better.
dreamed of.
Quality.
Glad.
Quality. That was a good enough pun that when we get together next week, you'll get the inspiration from the prior session thing.
Wow.
But you wake up, you have a bit of breakfast around the remains of the campfire that I'm just assuming was made.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, it's still there.
It was. It came all the way with us.
Poke it with a stick. It's
Oh, wait,
Touch floating campfire.
Ow! It talks.
The legendary campfire.
just like poking it with a stick to
Intelligence
spur the
attention.
embers on, and it's just like, did you just poke me with a stick?
I'll catch that
Just
on
gets
fire.
real indignant about the fact that it's a campfire.
Real hot-headed.
But
Speak primordial.
oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Day 15.
Day 15.
Give it up for day 15.
But you continue onwards. The terrain remains the hilly New Zealand-esque landscape. And you travel through a quiet afternoon. You see a few deer grazing out in the hills. The day passes relatively uneventfully until the road basically for a brief jaunt dips down a little bit, and it looks like it's going to pass between like a moss covered hill and a small stone crag that sort of comes out of nowhere. But can you guys all give me a round of perception checks?
18.
Ooh. Natural 20 for 20.
Unnecessary perception.
Wow. 19.
25.
Wow, it's a big 21 for me total.
Yeah, so Fabian, you're the first one to spot this, but
Dang it.
seconds later the rest of you spot it as well.
Don't look.
I see something. Close your
So
eyes.
what you see looks like sort of a large patch of disturbed dirt or ground, basically near the side of the trail that's on the stone crag side.
The Stone Crag side?
Yeah, so you're like passing between
There's a
a
mossy
moss-covered hill,
and
and the
stone.
road's going between that hill and this like stone crag kind of thing.
On the.
And there's a little like disturbed dirt
Patch.
area that
Between the road and the crag? You said?
yeah, like the right side of the road and spilling off a little bit and then the crag is right there. So it's like sort of like just the right half of the road is kind of.
Does it look like something? Like, does it look like a pit trap, or does it look like something made a path there?
Something fell from above.
Right, like a rock.
Disturbed dirt. Oh, wow. Get up. Come on, get down with the pit trap.
Nope, no more of
It
those.
looks.
I'm not stealthy about it at all.
It could be a pit trap. It's hard to tell. Well, you spotted it, all of, like 50, 60 feet before you and the horses got there. And it's just, if it's a pit trap, it doesn't seem particularly well hidden.
Do you guys want to go? We're walking right into something. I'm not sure what. We should probably walk around.
Again, I was going to say, can't we just go around it?
I think that would be the case.
Just steer clear a bit.
Be on your toes. I'm gonna draw my bow.
I'll be on these hooves, but
But your paws. I'm sorry. That's.
I'm staying on the horse.
Oh.
It's very well seated on the horse so that it can prepare for a gallop.
I see.
So I want to watch the top of the crag.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Approach the obvious trap.
We will not approach. We specifically said we would be.
We'll be going
avoiding.
around.
We will treat it like a hill
As
giant.
much as yes, like a hill giant in a way. We will try to circumvent.
I'm just gonna pull out my vial of alchemist's fire. Just in
Okay.
case we need that.
All right. Yeah, you prepare
Who's got
the.
I got
Alchemist's
1,000 of
fire.
them, dude. Yeah.
I got two
Yeah,
bags.
you sort of, pull out your weapons, ready yourselves, and then, basically hugging the trail opposite the, the disturbed earth possible trap. Go to pass by, and you said you're looking specifically like up the
sort
top of the crag.
so I take it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was looking at the opposites. Whatever side he's focusing on, I'm focusing on the other.
So what they did is they made it really obvious on the right side, but the trap's
Yeah,
actually
the
one of
trap
those
is-
guys on the
I
left
was
side.
thinking the exact same thing.
So you go and begin to pass through between the crag and the hill. And as you do so, suddenly you hear this like booming voice. We told you it would work. We told you they would avoid it and we could get them and eat them. And the hill to the left of this path is basically thrown off as this two-headed giant creature that was hiding under a blanket of moss rolls over and excitedly looks towards you. And this is what he looks like.
Just one of these. God damn it.
And we will start next week with rolling initiative against this fancy two-headed boy.
Not. That's a great bit. Not pit trap. Sleeping.
Clever girl.
boy.
Splendid.
Well played, Kevin.
Thank you. I
That was-
finally got to use the. I'm gonna tell them where it is, and they're gonna avoid it. It's gonna be great.
That's amazing.
Just look over it.
Look, you guys could have said something.
Nothing was stopping you from going on like the right side of the path.
No, but
Just
we-
nothing.
There's a pit there.
But that is all for tonight. We'll be back next week to fight this creature and
take his weapon.
yeah, continue.
Assuming
the
it goes
journey.
well, maybe get.
Assuming
to
that's true. Next week could be it. It will be for a little while, probably. But for now.
For now.
Only for now.
Greg.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back next week. See you later.
Only shooting stars break the
Whoa.